Stretch. Let's all get a good stretch in. All right. Cool. We're live. We're streaming. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, SVR. Good morning, Victoria Felix. Oh, man. Feels good. Feels good to be starting on time. Microphone turned on and working. Good morning, Sir Shadow Mole. Good morning, everyone. Happy affiliate anniversary. Is it? Is today my Twitch affiliate anniversary? I didn't even know that. Thank you for reminding me about that. That's amazing. We love to see that. Arceon with the first super chat of the day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Says, "Morning, dork." No notes. I am very dork-like. Yes, thank you for the super chat. I will have you know, in previous lives, our super chats all went to funding my septoplasty surgery. Now, they're all going to buying a new washer and dryer because if it wasn't enough that I had to get put out for weeks from a surgery, then get put out for another week from getting the flu, but during that time, our washing machine broke, our dryer broke, our dishwasher broke, and for some reason, the hot water in the main kitchen sink for hand washing is also not working. I, I just keep telling myself, what is that whole thing about the toughest battles going to God's strongest soldiers? It's all a big compliment, is what I'm trying to say. This is just God's way of complimenting me. I know how to take a compliment, okay? God just thinks I'm strong. That's all that's going on here. Not failure after failure after failure, just tests for one of the strongest warriors on this earth. But seriously, I need some new appliances, so I really appreciate the super chats. Oh man. Sounds like your house librarian is just absolutely hitting the fan over there too. I don't know, man. I don't know many people who are having a chill February. I feel like we are all just like going through the fires this month, but it's almost over. We're like 40 some days to spring, right? We are almost out of our seasonal depression. Just a little bit more to trudge through, but we'll get there, everybody. We'll get there. All right. It's 11 o'clock. It is officially time to formally begin. I'm Lauren. Welcome back to another Dadvocate stream where we talk about all kinds of things having to do with relationships, dating, marriage, co-parenting, family, stuff like that. And we try to keep it pretty audio only friendly here. So even though we will be watching some videos responding to visual items, I will do my best to verbally describe everything that is going on for you so that if you're listening to me while you're walking around at work, taking your dog for a stroll, or even lifting some weights at the gym, you don't have to be like glued to your screen staring. You can also just go live your life and we got you, okay? When it comes to super chats, donos, Twitch cheers, things like that, Twitch cheers do appear on screen. So if there's anything you want everybody to say to be memorialized into this live, go for it. But I don't tend to read a lot of the cheers. I'm trying to figure out if there is a way, and someone please email me at lauren@dadvocate.net if you know of a way to do this, to kind of itemize all of the cheers that are received during a Twitch stream so that even if I miss them while they're on screen or like flying through on the chat, I can still go back and reference them. Restream and YouTube does a really good job of doing that for super chats. So if you really want me to read something out loud, the best bet for that is donating a super chat, and then it will appear on screen. I have access to reading it. Even if I miss it before it goes away, I always go back and read them. I don't even remember the last time I fully missed reading a super chat. So we're usually pretty good about that. But also, I do read plenty of comments that are not super chatted, so do not ever feel any need to give me your hard-earned money. But if you do, I will buy appliances with it. Thank you. Oh, yeah. And before we even get into it, thank you, Victoria Felix, for reminding me. Just like the stream right now. Just smash that motherfucking like button because you know you want to anyway. Don't wait until the middle. Don't wait until the end. Just slap it right now. Just spank it. Just clap the like button's booty cheeks, okay? Do it. Oh my goodness, Christine Jones with a super generous super chat. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, homie. And thank you everybody for the affiliate anniversary. I still have to get to the next stage of Twitch. All this time streaming on Twitch, and I what's the next one? Is it partner or something like that? But it goes, affiliate is like intro Twitch person, and then there's like one more that I could eventually qualify for. Yeah, partner. We'll get there eventually. It's a slow grind over on Twitch, but I have not given up on you. I have given up on Facebook live streaming and I've given up on TikTok live streaming, but Twitch, you're still here, okay? You're still here in my heart, all right? It showed up and then went away before I could click it. What do you mean, the like button? No, it's there. You slap it, Punslinger. You slap it right now. Oh, Mark, hello from Ireland. That's amazing. You know, both my kids have Irish names. I was going to say Irish last names for some reason, but no, just Irish names. Fun facts, fun facts. No likes on Twitch. Colossal fail. Twitch, let's get it together. Okay. But today's theme of the stream, we're going to get into something a little dark, a bit sobering, pretty macabre today. So if you were hoping for more of like a lighthearted, silly, goofy, tee-hee, ha-ha stream, I have some bad news because what we're going to cover today will probably make you angry, will very likely make you upset. It's extremely triggering, but the reason that I want to cover it today is because I also feel that it is tremendously important, especially with what we do on my channel, the Dadvocate, which even though I cover all sorts of things on this channel, advocating for everything from relationships to marriages to dating to co-parenting, even just for women in general, not just the dads. How this channel originally started was with me covering issues having to do with the unseen and often unspoken about issues that fathers face, specifically fathers who are separated and navigating the family court system, which is incredibly flawed, and I have spent the last several years of my life working my ass off to try and change around the legislation. We have made huge moves. My personal mentor, Mark Ludwig, who I have flown all across the country to assist in every endeavor he has because I have so much faith in him, is actually actively working with the president and Doge, in fact, as we speak on universal, like, at least in the United States, but across the United States, a focus on equal shared parenting. So moves are being made. I am so happy to be a part of this movement. Happy for you guys to be joining me here because it's so, so important for kids to have equal access to both parents and for all of the flaws of the family court system to be heavily scrutinized. Okay, so there really are issues that men and fathers specifically uniquely face. And today, this criminal case that we're going to be studying today is going to open your eyes not only to issues that fathers still actively face, but the societal issues that follow the criminal issues, the overall societal view of men and fathers that causes so much harm. Because if we look at it and we raise awareness to it, there's a really good chance that we can actually start to affect some solid change, okay? Let me just get this hair off my lip. That was bothering me. And I think I missed a super chat. Yes, I did. Oh my God, it's here. Thank you for the sec. Says, you shouldn't have to see the stream to enjoy it. My stream immediately died. I mean, you should at least be able to have one of the senses, seeing it or hearing it, you know? Thank you again, Gabriel, for the happy affiliate anniversary. That's adorable. I love that that's for me today. And Mark says, I heard about that Trump said there's going to be 50-50 when it comes to divorce. Yeah, however you feel about our current president, I have to say I have plenty of my own criticisms, but he's our active president. And the fact of the matter is he is listening when it comes to this issue. So whether you like it or not, whether you like him or not, this is like a solid chance that we have to really help out the kids of America, because this is one of the first times that a president has actually cared about this issue. Like I said, I have plenty of criticisms for him, as I do every president. I am pretty anti-authoritarian, anti-establishment, just as a baseline, but I'm working with what we got. Okay, and it's working, right? So, the title. Lord Mongoose asks, what the frick is the title? So I say, let's just get right into it so we can talk about what indeed the title is. Like I said, let's just jump into it. I will show you the video for how I was introduced to the case we will be covering today.
Baby daddies, beware, because she wasn't fucking playing. She unalived 2 of her baby daddies. One was her ex-husband. And then she drove to another state and then unalived her ex-boyfriend. And then she pulled into the police department's parking lot, sat in the police department's parking lot, called the police, and confessed. She did it. She confessed. She did it. Her children were both there when she did both of them. Her 12-year-old daughter and her son. She told her son to go in the room and cover his ears. Go in the other room and cover his ears because she had to take care of bad guys. I kid you not. 2 states, 2 exes, confessed to police, pulled in her parking lot, basically turned herself in. What do you guys think in the comments? Is this a crazy story or what?
So I did find an article here that goes a bit more into it. All right, let me pull this up in a way that y'all can see if you would like, but I will go ahead and be reading it to you guys. Okay, this is a People article, and it reads, is that Missouri? I don't remember. Maybe Montana. Woman goes on shooting spree, targeting her exes, killing 2 people and injuring 1 in a multi-state rampage. Taylor Santiago is accused of killing her ex-husband while a 12-year-old child was in another room. So I cannot stress this enough, how absolutely vile and grotesque this is. I've spent a lot of my time as I advocate for proper co-parenting and healthy co-parenting, stressing simply just the damage of bad-mouthing one parent in front of the other. That alone causes a lot of damage in a child, because whether we like our exes or not, a child wants to love both of their parents. It's one of the most natural, normal, and innate desires that any human can have, is to want to love the people who made them. And simply by bad-mouthing one of the parents or telling the child that one of the parents is bad, the child internalizes that because they know that they are half of that person. And a lot of these parents who hate their ex, oftentimes more than they love their child, will say all of these horrible, terrible things about this person that the child wants to love, and the child internalizes that and they think, does that mean I'm bad? Does that mean I'm these terrible things and that my mom or dad doesn't love me because of it? You know, there's tons of children who are kind of punished by their parents through this. You know, the moms or the dads who make passive aggressive comments to their kids like, you know, you're a liar just like your father, or of course you would say that, you're just like your disgusting deadbeat mother. These are things that cause so much damage in a young child who is already having to navigate the difficulties of being in a separated home. Now, we've got a mom who's not only telling all of her children that their fathers are bad, but committing atrocious, traumatizing, unforgivable, devastating damage right in front of them. And I don't care if she told them to cover their ears or go in another room, they know what's going on. Any one of you who's ever unfortunately had to witness your parents fight knows how deeply unpleasant that is. Now imagine this level of violence added on to it. So we'll keep reading the article. Here's our absolute winner right here. This was published January 28th, very recently this year. A Missouri woman is accused of going on a shooting spree across 2 states and killing 2 people, allegedly targeting former lovers. Taylor Santiago, 31, is suspected of killing her ex-husband in Missouri and the girlfriend of her estranged lover, who himself was seriously injured, in Arkansas, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by People. So what it sounds like is she was successfully able to murder her ex-husband in Missouri, but when she went to Arkansas to murder the other father of her children, she was unsuccessful in taking his life, simply mutilated the ever-living shit out of him, but killed his completely innocent girlfriend. Just caught in the crossfires, I guess, just had to lose her life by existing. Absolute monster. In the affidavit, police in Aurora, Missouri say that they responded to a report of a woman who stated that she killed 3 people. So she thought that she killed the other baby daddy, but miraculously it appears that he has survived. Santiago allegedly confessed to inviting Huffman over on January 22nd under the pretense that he would see a 12-year-old child. Quick pause here. Sorry. Quick pause. I don't know why it says a 12-year-old child. This part of the story makes it so much more disgusting because she literally lured this man in with the false pretenses of, I'll let you see your baby. What this tells me is I also deal with a lot of alienating parents. And if you don't understand what, or you've never heard of parental alienation, it's essentially when one parent keeps the child from the other parent by all means necessary. And that doesn't mean just preventing the other parent from seeing them and preventing the child from seeing their parent, but this also includes things like bad-mouthing the other parent, convincing the other child that, or convincing the child that the other parent is dangerous, harmful, sometimes even telling the child, your parent doesn't love you. It's one of the most abusive things that a parent can do to their child, especially if the other parent is actually completely healthy, fit, and ready to be there. And they simply want to destroy the relationship because they just don't like their ex and they don't want their child to either. So we are potentially dealing with a man who has maybe gone weeks, maybe gone months, maybe gone years without seeing this child. And now they're being lured with a carrot on the string, but like the most important carrot of their life, to come to this house to have their life stolen from them. This is truly one of the ugliest stories I have ever heard in my life. When Huffman arrived, Santiago allegedly told the child that she was going to take care of the bad guys and to cover his ears, the affidavit claims. Santiago then allegedly said she went into another room and shot Huffman twice, took his car keys, and drove to Carroll County, Arkansas, where she believed she had killed 2 more people, the affidavit states. So I'm wondering what happened to the 12-year-old in this case. Did she leave the 12-year-old home alone while she crossed state lines to continue murdering? Alone in the house with the corpse of her now decomposing father? Or did she take the 12-year-old with her after committing murder, just stepping over the decomposing corpse to take the child with her on her next murder? I'm certain that she didn't arrange for proper childcare, so one of those 2 options had to have happened. Oh my God! The Carroll County Sheriff's Office says in a press release that on January 22nd, it responded to a report of a shooting and discovered a deceased woman and a very injured man who was taken to the hospital in serious condition. The release noted that the suspect was arrested in Missouri. Arkansas authorities did not identify the woman who was killed in the shooting. Aurora Marionville police say that the man shot in Arkansas was the biological father of one of Santiago's children. According to the probable cause affidavit, Santiago allegedly returned to Aurora following the Arkansas shootings to turn herself in. Santiago is charged with first-degree murder, robbery, unlawful use of a weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child in Missouri, according to court records. It is not immediately clear if she has entered a plea or if she has been charged in Arkansas. She does not have an attorney listed. So that's kind of where we're at now. It's unclear where her other children even were at the time, or if the 12-year-old was the only one devastatingly present for this. But overall, what an absolute horror story that these poor innocent children are now left with potentially no fathers. It would be wonderful if the one father who was only injured is able to make a full recovery and gain custody of his child or children with this monster. I won't even call her a woman. That would be one positive outcome from this. But if not, if he ends up succumbing to his injuries down the line, or if he's left permanently handicapped, if they're not able to reunite the father with his child, then at least one or more children now has no parents. Their father is dead, and their mother is now going to be locked up, hopefully for the rest of her life, if not put on death row, either one of which I personally would be 100% okay with. This is such an absolute tragedy. But if you think that that is where the tragedy and devastation and infuriating behavior ends, wait until we go back to the comment section on the first video that we watched. But before we do, take a deep breath, grab a stress ball, and understand that what I'm about to show you should rightfully make you livid out of your mind. Really quick, I did notice that I missed a super chat. Bing bang bong, I love your username. Thank you for bringing a glisten of cheer to my soul. Says, even Bob the Builder can't fix this one. Yeah, that's the thing, is even if she gets locked away for life, even if she gets put on death row and they off her next year, it won't fix it. You can't fix something like this. This was so needless, so unfucking necessary to snap. And I'm wondering if the whole reason that this started was simply because one of her exes has moved on with a new woman. Really? Because I hate to say it, but statistically, the most violence that occurs in a high conflict custody situation generally occurs when one of the parties starts dating someone new. I'm very blessed to be able to say that in my husband's co-parenting saga, there has never been any violence, but I will say that all of the major problems started when he told her he was seriously dating someone. Me. Before me, my husband saw his son every single day. It was one of the things that was like the biggest green flag to me. One of the reasons that I even agreed to date a single father was the fact that he was so involved in his son's life. Not only was he seeing his son every day, but this child was born 250 miles away from where he lived. So my husband packed up and moved over there, leaving behind his friends, family, job, resources, support system, everything he knew so that he could live as close as possible to his son. We now live half a mile away from his son, my stepson, and the other family. You know what I mean? But despite these sacrifices, despite my husband being at the birth, at every religious sacrament in this boy's life, when he was going to school in a completely different part of the state, my husband would literally go to school as quickly as he could, as early as he could possibly schedule his classes, so that after class, he could drive an hour to the other side of the state so that he could watch his son while the mom went to work. Then he would drive all the way back after his night shift. I'm talking school, drive an hour to watch his son, parent his son, sorry. Then go in to work a night shift, then drive an hour back to where he was going to school before just moving there. Okay? All of these sacrifices, and the moment she found out that he was seriously dating me, he gets this email that goes, I've decided that it would actually be in our son's best interest if instead of every day, you really just saw him one day a week. And I know this might upset you, but it's what's happening. And that was when our family court saga began. So I'm all too familiar with how things change radically as soon as another figure, parental figure, romantic figure, enters the fray, but it should never come to this, okay? So all of us who just heard this story about this disgusting, degenerate monster who calls herself a woman and a mother, but is actually just the dirt between our toes, worse than that, quite frankly, because at least dirt is good for worms to eat. She's not really good for anything, goes on a multi-state murder spree, wreaking havoc and death in front of her own child. And us watching, we're going, this is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Surely anyone who hears this story would agree that this is the worst thing they've ever heard. We're going to go back to the comment section. And again, trigger warning is all I can say. Free Taylor Santiago. She's the real victim. She just saved another woman from stress and problems. 2,600 likes. Cindy says, we listen and we don't judge. Also, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna name and shame. This is the profile of the person who left the first comment. Do with that what you will. This is the profile of the person who left the second comment. Do with that what you will. This is Cindy's profile. Do with all this information what you will. The one, again, at your discretion, Booty Maya, says, well, the real question is, what did they do to her? 10,000 likes. They certainly didn't murder her in front of their children. I can tell you that much. They certainly didn't cause numerous homicides, killing an innocent woman in the process. You dumb fucking morons. And you're seeing this live. You're seeing there is no, like, break in these responses. That common sense, reason, empathy has left the chat here clearly. Curls for Days, with 5,000 followers, a mother herself, no less, says, we want to hear her side. 3,800 likes. Nina, way too damn old for this opinion, okay, says, these men made her a monster, but I see a real mom who has had enough. Where are you guys getting this information? Like, what context could you possibly have to draw that conclusion with what we know so far? No article that exists, no video that has been made, has told us anything insinuating or alluding to any of these men having a criminal record, being uninvolved in the children's lives, being harmful, nothing. All we know is that she has multiple baby daddies and that they exist and that one of them dared to move on and continue dating after their separation. And I guess all of that justifies her murdering these men in cold blood in front of her child. Oh my God. Aptly named user named Villain. We name and we shame. Oh, are you complaining about your comment being removed? Why was this one not removed? She says, does she need money on her books, though? The next comment, Ebony Leanne Yeager. Someone find this man and tell him to run. Tell him to get out before he ends up just like the next ones. And you're a boy mom? You're raising boys? So if their future baby mama does this to them, Ebony, you're just gonna put money on the baby mama's books when they murder your sons? Are you going to go financially support them because your sons probably deserved it? Disgusting freaking creatures. All of you. All of you are absolute trash. She says, I put money on her books. They did something to her to make her do that. God forbid, Ebony. Take the sons away now. Honestly, this comment enough, in my opinion, is enough for you to completely lose custody. Take the kids to the state custody. They'll be safer than from you. Ebony, you are a absolute trash boy mom, and you do not deserve your sons. I do not care how dramatic that might sound. Kim Jack just absolutely laughing at this. Kim Jack thinks that this is hee hee ha ha. You're a mother too. You're also a mother? A boy mom? Please take these children away. Please take these children away from all of these trash humans. Says she was tired. Okay, then take a nap, bitch. Take a nap. Don't go out and murder people, murder children's fathers in front of them. Go take some NyQuil then. Go take some NyQuil inside of a casket and let us bury you then if you're so tired. Take yourself out before you go taking out innocent women that aren't even related to you, that you don't even know, that didn't even do anything to you. Are you kidding me? Are you joking me? These baby mamas are treating Taylor Santiago like the next Luigi Mangione. They are praising her, probably building Helga-like Hey Arnold shrines to her in their closet out of collected hair and bubblegum. Because why? Because she because she killed baby daddies? You think that just because a baby daddy exists without being married to the mother, that he deserves to die? This is literally one of the most insane things I have ever covered in my entire life. Chaos Shadow says, and thank you for the super chat. Normally I'm against name and shaming, but to be serious, wait, I think that's what FTBS, I don't know what that stands for, I'm just guessing. Expose these C words. Yep. And I'm not, look, I would never tell you to go to their profiles and brigade or harass or do anything like that. I would never tell you explicitly to do that. This is simply publicly available information that any one of us has access to. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Anna K. Taylor says, sisterhood is very proud. Love and live. At least you're able to do that because you're not a baby daddy. Okay? Are you also a mother? I pray and I hope not. Please just take out her ovaries so that she cannot reproduce. Foxy Roxy says, what did they do to her babies? That's a great question. And when you find out that it's nothing but help create them, then what? Are you going to take this comment back or delete it? No, you're probably not, Foxy Roxy. God, I was hoping this meant that she had cancer. I'm sorry, I'm getting so mean right now, but I don't care. Oh, another proud mama. You love MMA boxing? Fight me. Fight me. Foxy Roxy, if you are watching this right now, come square up. Okay, Daniel Gracie, Team Michigan, meet me on the mats. Let's fucking go. You love boxing? It's legal in Ohio for us to have a cage match. I'll meet you in Ohio, and we can go completely gloves off. I would be happy to knock the teeth out of your face, quite frankly. I'm just saying, legally and with consent. If she doesn't agree to a cage match, I would certainly never cause harm to her. But she loves MMA and boxing. Box me. Let's go Foxy Roxy Boxy, bitch. Let's go. Okay? I will literally take care of business. Okay? TDR coaching. Great. A coach. Something happened. That feels like mama justice. Let's really think about this. Let's pretend that two completely separate fathers that she either met or one of them moved away in two completely separate states, they just both happen to be terrible, degenerate people that harmed her children. Let's pretend that that's the case, which is a pretend fantasy land that we have literally no basis to go off of. Zero. Nothing. Because I'm sure she would have told the police something like this to justify her actions if it was the case, right? If while she was turning herself in, it was true that either of these men actually caused harm to her children, don't you think that that would have been brought up in her confession? Don't you think she would have said that? Okay, but let's pretend it's true. We're not gonna assign any accountability to her for consistently picking convict, loser, felon abusers? Like, that's none of the blame falls on her. And I'm not saying, look, it does happen where certain people who are very kind and very empathetic can be regularly and multiple times over screwed over by covert narcissists. It can happen. It could absolutely be that she is an innocent, sweet woman who's never been toxic and just so happened to find two fathers for her children that are absolute degenerate pedophile abusers, and she had to take care of it. But considering she's the one who has murdered both a man and a woman, why don't you think she's the problem? Where is the disconnect going on in all of these thousands of people's skulls? This is truly one of the most unbelievable things I've ever covered. Let's go to her page. Can't leave her out. TDR coaching, over 40, married mom of 2. Take the kids away. Take her age away. Let it end at 40. Honestly, I don't care for any of these people's lives because they don't care for anyone else's lives. They have no concept of the value of life. So then just take away yours then. I'm sure you did something wrong to justify it, right? Right? Using your logic, being intellectually consistent here. Yeah, just take away your life then. You didn't deserve it because you guys are being nasty here and I don't like it. So that means you deserve to die in front of your children, apparently. Bob Marley. Yeah, definitely something Bob Marley would believe. Absolute coward with nothing behind it said, nah, because what did they do to her? Free my girl Taylor. So that what, she can kill more women? What did the woman do? Dare to date a man? So any woman who dates a man deserves to just RIP? Angela Melendez, don't play with a woman's emotions. 3,000 likes. Okay, making someone emotional means that you deserve to die. So then all of the men who get upset about getting rejected and cause violence to women, they're justified too then, right? Right? That's what you're saying. You're saying it's okay to cause murder, commit homicide, if you get emotionally hurt. So then, okay, let's all just kill each other then, I guess. This is literally so, I cannot stress. Another coward. Let's not go searching Angela Melendez's though, because I'm sure there's a million. Maddie says, so are we going to bail her out or 3,000 likes? Maddie is also a mother to a child. This poor child. Take the dog away too, quite frankly. Take the dog away. Take away any form of life. You have multiple? You have numerous kids? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Era against TYT women? Era against white women. That's cute, says, I actually listened and didn't judge. Okay. Simply disgusted by white women. All right, so what if you find out that the woman that this woman murdered is black? Is it only okay if she was white? Holy shit, dude. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Ava Banks looks like self-defense. How could it have possibly been self-defense when she literally lured one of the men to her home, invited them over to see their child, and then just committed homicide in front of the child, then drove across state lines with a stolen vehicle to break into the home and cause more homicide? How in the world does any of that look like self-defense to you? She stood on business until the end. Yeah, the end, when she left her child without any parents to go into a foster system that is notorious for abusing and mistreating children. That sure is standing on business. Mother of the year over here. Rose, she is not crazy. Free Taylor Santiago and all the women who are being cheated on. How is she being cheated on? How could she be being cheated on by two different men? Wouldn't that imply that she's the one cheating? I have to spell this out to so many of you? Devasina Dagubati says she was done. She don't care no more. Clearly, she doesn't care about anyone. She doesn't care about her children. Great mom over here. Yeah, she's tired, so her own kids, right? Mwanamke Muesi Aka says, set up a GoFundMe for her and the kids. Heart emojis. How about you just burn all of your dollars? Judge of none. Judge of none. You're making hella judgments. Hella judgments here that two innocent people, one of whom being a woman, an innocent woman, deserved to die, and that their deaths, their murders, deserved to be funded, crowdfunded. That's actually a judgment that you did in fact make, you ugly dumb bitch. All of you are ugly as... And I'm not even body shaming. I just mean your souls. Your entire beings are ugly and undeserving of any joy. Carrie Ann says, so she needs bail? A babysitter? What did those men do? Says this comment right here from Carrie Ann. What did the woman do? What did the woman do who died? Who was just sleeping, just chilling, eating a sandwich, getting her nails done, whatever she was doing when she was needlessly taken away by an absolutely batshit insane degenerate monster who happens to have a vagina? What did she do, Carrie Ann? Oh god, she looks like the woman that I had to get a PPO against and who tried to literally attack me in the courtroom after putting my children's lives in danger after making several threats and is the reason that I had to get a second dog in a security system. She literally looks like that woman, dude. Unfortunate. President of the Women's Conference. Women, harmless, empathetic, the true healers of the world. Yeah, it's the men we should be afraid of. It's the men who promote violence. Yeah, I'm picking the bear too, over any of these women. I choose the bear over any of you, quite frankly. Engineering diva. I by no means condone violence. However, one has to be on their last straw for something so serious. Would you comment that if a man murdered the mother of his children in front of them? No. No, you absolutely never would. Engineering diva. Just showing off the face of another monster. Hombre, protect this woman. Oh, she'll be safe. She'll be nice and safe behind bars for the rest of her life. But what about the children? Who's going to protect the children? That's who I'm worried about. I would like the children to be protected. Dylan says capybaras are better than people. Amberly Greenwood. I have 2 baby daddies, and if hers are like mine, we listen and not judging. Hey, if any fellas out there, if this hot, ugly mess of a woman is your baby mama, please screenshot this comment right here, take it to your local courthouse, get full custody of your kids, and an immediate ex parte restraining order against her, because to me, that's a threat. To me, this is probable cause that she is planning an assault and is ready to justify it. Okay? If this absolute unbecoming with a literal shit tattoo, who has literal shit tattooed on her, although her face looks like a pile already, okay? If this is your baby mama, I will pay, literally, reach out, Lauren@dadvocate.net, if by any chance one of the fathers of this absolute degenerate is out there, I will pay the legal fees for your restraining order and to gain full custody of your kids, because you are in danger, quite frankly. Friday's Party says she seems very stressed and has had it with what they put her through. One of them wasn't even in the same state as her. One of them was hundreds of miles away. What could they have possibly done? She could just stay at home. What could they have done? Not paid their child support? Okay. That doesn't... How is she gonna get child support now? Huh? She looks so tired. I feel her. Yeah, she's tired because she just stayed up all night, driving across multiple state lines and back, committing homicide in front of her child. That's probably why she looks tired. You know the mugshot's not taken before the homicides, right? You absolutely no IQ ass losers. Moppery, because you fucking look like a mop. What even is this clown ass shit? Hey, whoever you are, flee. This gentleman right here, there's time. You gotta flee. Okay? Run. It is time for you to flee the situation. She was done, tired of disrespect and looking after kids alone. Yeah, clearly. I mean, that's one way to get out of looking after the kids alone, is by permanently losing custody because you get to live in a jail cell forever. How is that going to solve your problem? If you need help, how in the world are you going to get more help raising your kids by committing homicide against one person who has nothing to do with the situation at all and going to jail? Alyssa, this woman was just fed up of the gaslighting. You're gaslighting. You're all gaslighting yourselves. What gaslighting? One of these men lived a state away. Don't play with people's emotions. It's hard to say, but we should bail her out. Some fathers are just playing too much like that. Says, truly bless. People person, you clearly aren't. You clearly are not a people person because you're okay with innocent men and women literally being taken out through violence. But I'm not seeing, oh, God damn it. I was going to say I'm not seeing any kids, so at least there's that. Take this baby away. You don't deserve this baby. You don't. You don't deserve to be a mother to this child. The baby deserves to be in anyone else's care, quite frankly, because you with your monobrow ass, your unibrow having ass, are a fucking monster. All of you. Mama African Princess, because she can't even spell princess right, says she should be the leader of Single Mothers Women Conference to be held soon on her behalf. With 3 children, all sons. Once again, Mama African Princess, are you going to be this intellectually consistent when a woman comes and puts a bullet in your son's brains? Because that's the way you sound right now. The way it sounds right now is if a woman becomes a little tired or emotional with your sons, they deserve to die. That's what you're saying. You might as well look your sons in the face and say, your life doesn't matter. That's what you should just tell your sons right now. That's what they're learning by being raised by an absolute mess like you. Whatsoever, sisterhood is proud of her. I don't claim any of y'all. Willow Dickin, true, we listen and we don't judge. Of course, none of these cowards can show their face. Shouldn't be playing with her. They weren't. They weren't. One of them was across state lines. The other one was just trying to play with his own child, was only trying to show up. Like, think about that. Really think about that. These people are like, oh, but they were left to raise the kids alone. And yet, how is it that they're all such bad fathers when the second she calls and says, can you come and see the kid, he does. Immediately. Without hesitation. If he was a real deadbeat, don't you think he would have left her on red? Made up some excuse like, oh, I'll see her some other week after I get paid? No, he showed up immediately for his child, only to be murdered in front of her. Let me read these super chats. Chaos Shadow, I got a dip. Understandable. I should probably dip. I'm getting a hernia. I'm going to find out if I got a new job today. My advice to de-stress, go play Doom. It works wonders. Yeah, we're definitely going to look at some wholesome stuff when I finally get through this. I will find something wholesome. Christine Jones, thank you for a super chat. Simply says, woosah. Oh, man. Yeah, my blood pressure is high. Keisha, now that is the meaning of fed up. We have kids, don't we? An adult son, ready to start going out in the world, having his own kids. He better not ever do anything wrong, I guess. Alden says it's part of the I don't need no man issue. This is, I mean, apparently they don't need their own children, right? Apparently they don't need their own freedom. They don't need to wear anything but an orange jumpsuit for the rest of their lives. Forget a man. They don't even want to live their own lives anymore, I guess. Goddess of Love, very ironic, says, I really need to hear her side of the story. We got it. We got it. Do you not understand that she went and confessed? She went and told on herself. She had every opportunity in that moment to give her side of the story. You know what it was? I'm a psycho bitch who's gonna go murder people I don't like, as well as anyone associated with them. If those men would have had children in the home, I bet you this absolute monster would have killed the children too. I have no doubts in my mind that Taylor Santiago would happily murder a child. Absolutely. Because, hey, if her baby daddy went on and had a child with someone else, They don't deserve to live because that makes Taylor upset, right? And all of you guys endorse this. Every one of these people endorses this. The goddess of love? Yeah. With another, I don't know if that's a son or a daughter, actually. Looks like she has a son, too. All of these disgusting women have sons. And of course, they're using their sons for clout. Because that's all they're good for to these women, is for clout. They certainly don't have any actual value for their lives, right? Oh my god. Arceon says, I think you missed my previous super chat. I may have. Let me see. I'm scrolling. SVR, I did miss yours. I'm missing the I can fix her posts from the simps. Oh god, that's gonna trigger me in a whole different way. Oh man, I missed a lot of super chats. I'm so sorry, everybody. Philip said, as a man who grew up seeing stuff like this take off in schools and on the internet, made me realize that maybe I'm better off not trying to date most women. Dude, that's what's so depressing, is like, where are all the good men at? Hiding from your violent asses, dog. Chaos Shadow said, seriously, race don't mean squat. A bad person is a bad person. Damn, and that's as far as it'll go. So, Arceon, I might have missed yours, I guess. My bad. I was ranting. I was ranting hard. Alright. Queen Lusa says, we stand by our sister during this difficult time. Oh, it's so hard on her. Yeah, she's going through it. Not her child or the families of all of the victims whose lives she ruined. Devin Grace, I feel like that sometimes. No help whatsoever while they are living lavishly. Are they living lavishly with, bullet holes in their skulls or chests or wherever it was that they were attacked? Are they? How are they living lavishly? Like, what? These people literally have no context. We have no reason to believe that they went out and read any further articles. They are simply responding to this 1 minute long video where the only context that they were given is that a mother goes on a murder spree across numerous state lines to unalive the fathers of her children in front of her children. And they just go straight to, well, yeah, they must have been abusing them while living in a mansion with a pool and having everything going for them. I feel like this alone should be enough to, like, put you on a list. Devin Grace, like, you should be on a list. Your comment should have any children that you may or may not have. Any children you have access to, you should not have access to that children. You need to be put on literally the same kind of list that does not allow you to be anywhere near a school, should not allow you to adopt. If you by any chance become pregnant, they should take the child away as soon as it comes out. Like, not even give you the chance to breastfeed, because you have basically just admitted to us that you feel like going on murder sprees because you are envious that other people are more successful than you. And the irony of looking at her profile, by the way, who's living lavishly here? Who's the one in a new outfit every day on the beach drinking out of coconuts, partying it up? Who is it? It's you, bitch. It's you. So does he deserve to off you then because you're living a fun life? That's the way that your brain seems to work. Arceon, I saw your super chat. Let me see it. What I said was, because of the title of your stream, I don't think Luigi Mangione is a hero. I'm tired of people simping for an evil person. Dude, the thing is, too, though, like, I at least understand Luigi praise more than I understand this. And my first response to that was, well, I don't condone violence, but I can more see where he came from. I mean, this dude had an entire manifesto, entire socio-political points to his actions that he cleanly laid out. He pointed out the fact that this particular CEO had just been arrested for a DUI, clearly didn't care about anyone else's life while he was driving around on the road drunk as a skunk, potentially could have taken out numerous people, nor did he have any care for all of the life-saving treatments that his company denied. I can at least understand that. Luigi actually cleanly laid out his reasons for the crime that he committed. This woman has given us nothing. We have nothing to go off of here. Okay? And even if there was something, none of it, nothing that I can even think of or use my most creative writing exercises to come up with excuses committing this violence in front of a child. None of it. Victor B, thank you for the 5, says, these boy moms sing, "Here comes our sons, bang, 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 here comes our sons," and I say, it's all right. If you guys ever super chat with song lyrics, by the way, do not expect me to know how to sing it. I don't know what you're going through. I'm so sorry. Mine trying to dissociate. I understand. Fair enough. SVR says, make a list of nice people in life. All of you guys, all like almost 300 of you here right now are infinitely giving me more faith in humanity than this comment section. Miss M, my question is, how much is her bail? Go try and pay it. Go waste your money, please. Please go do that. Please go dump a bunch. You know what, dude? Honestly, what I'm about to do is I'm about to make the GoFundMe and just make the most fraudulent GoFundMe of all time. Just so that all of these idiot bitches will waste their money and that I can take it and go donate it to Mark Ludwig's fight to help give equal shared parenting laws. I'm just kidding. I would never put Mark in a position where I'm funding him through fraud, but god damn it. I'm so mad. Freedom. I am on her side. That's not even you. Congrats on your AI photo. I'm sure you're absolutely disgusting to look at. I don't care. I want to hear her side. That woman was tired. Mama times 3. Ooh, she's monetized. She's on TikTok Shop. Wouldn't it be an absolute shame if her comment was reported enough times and her profile was reported enough times that she lost her ability to monetize on this platform? That sure would be a shame. And she has sons too. And she also has sons. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, this page here though, Devon Wolf 95, that's monetized. Sure would be a shame if a bunch of people reported her profile and her comments and her videos and made her lose her ability to monetize. That would be devastating. Christine says, that's it, I'm joining TikTok. We need some Bluey right now. Yeah, we do. Oh my god, Bluey would never approve of this. Jen, they did her wrong. I'm not asking. Okay. Isabel, as a mom, I've felt that way many times. What the as a mom, I have literally never once considered actual homicide until now. Until right now. You're a mom? I hope you lose your kids. I hope the kids get taken away. I hope that you get put on a list as well. We love this woman. You made us proud. Another mother of a son. People need to stop playing in people's face. They weren't in anyone's face. One of them wasn't even in the same state as her. What do you mean, Jennifer Bradshaw? What do you mean even? You know what's so crazy too is how quickly I'm able to like fully identify these people's children. Like, not only do I know that y'all are dangerous because you're endorsing a serial killer. Sorry, I guess it's 3 or more. And she failed to kill the third person, so I guess she didn't earn the title that she wanted. Endorsing a wannabe serial killer, not only do I know you're already dangerous there, but I know that you're additionally dangerous because you do not give a fuck about protecting your children's identity online whatsoever. Whatsoever. And it's so terrifying that there are so many of them. So many of them. But oh yeah, dads are the dangerous ones. Okay. So far in this story, Dad simply showed up to see his child immediately, without question. Okay? Sasha says, "You damn go, girl. We understand you. So you're a psycho. So you're psychotic. So you also need to be put on a list." Alden says, "I have a daughter. I'm hoping that we don't have to worry about this either way when she is older." Well, look, a present, loving, active father is going to statistically reduce the odds of a woman becoming this way. I can safely tell you that. Like, when people say this is fatherless behavior, like, this is what they're referring to. It's just these are clearly hurt women who have felt pain from some man in their lives, and I guess now have decided that none of them deserve to live. Ironically, not only do no men deserve to live by proxy of existing, but any woman who associates with them also deserves to be offed. Great, love it here. Menendez says, "What did they do to her? Whatever the reason, I am with them all the way from ZA." Another mother. BTS doesn't love you, bitch. "Let's save her," says Janet. Another. I was gonna say another mother, but I think that's her as a child. Nope. Indeed, she is the mother to a son. Great. This is way too many boy moms being way too damn comfortable with potentially their own sons just getting whacked because they annoyed a woman. I'm about to, like, just try to adopt all these kids, quite frankly. Let me take them. They will be more loved. I promise you. I promise you that I will treat your children better than you ever can. "We get tired," says Amber. "Again. Then take a nap." A boy mom. Oh my god. Another boy mom. Took a second, but there he is, that poor kid. Jesus. Claudia. Finally. Some opposition here. "I don't agree with what she did, but the amount of trauma she must have had to do something like this, I can't even imagine." You want to know what the trauma probably was? Not being able to control these men anymore. 9 times out of 10, that's all the trauma these baby mamas are really going through, is they can't control the man anymore, so they fucking crash out. That's all it is. Guess what? Get over it. You will never in your life have control over another person. Never. You're only hurting yourself by desperately trying to, dude. And even if you are traumatized, go to therapy. Don't send your kids into a foster system with their own mountains of trauma. Don't perpetuate the trauma on innocent children and women. Okay? Are you kidding me? Tibrarian says, "If they give Luigi the death penalty, do you think they'll give him the chair or United Healthcare?" Hold on. Tibrarian? We're not worthy. We're not worthy. You're the hero of the stream, Tybrarian. That was fucking amazing. Hold on. I need to text that to my husband right now. Tybrarian in the chat just said if they give Luigi the death penalty, do you think they'll give him the chair or United Healthcare? Fire emoji. All caps. Bars! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Okay, sorry. Had to share that with TJ. He will get a kick out of that. My boy just got bows from the Dadvocate. Oh man, yes he did. I've already loved Tybrarian, but just do copy pasta. How was I supposed to do that? You guys are here. My phone is here. I can't... I mean, I guess I could have taken a picture and then gone into photos and selected the... I could have, but you know what? We're here now. We survived. D the Great, more like D the Grown, says, God bless her. I won't judge her. Taking care of kids ain't a joke. Well, she's not. She's not taking care of them, so what now? They've probably been giving her a hard time. Lots of love from central Kenya and Nairobi. Okay. If they're giving her a hard time, block them. Block them. Have the state mandate garnishing their wages for child support, turn him into nothing but a paycheck like the other bitter baby mamas, and then move forward with your life. Don't take away a mother and a father from an innocent child because you can't handle a very normal situation that 25% of individuals are in. That's right. A quarter of you are co-parenting or come from a separate family home yourself. This is very normal situation. There is so much support and assistance for single mothers. Did you actually know that single fathers receive state assistance at only 25% the rate the single mothers do when in the exact same situation? Yeah, you guys are good. You guys have support and help, and clearly an entire murderous psychopathic sisterhood behind you. Okay? You're fine. You don't need to be going this hard. The comments do not disappoint. I disagree. Lady Crook Kale, don't ever play with people's emotions. I don't like to get played too. Oh, so okay, so you also go on the list. You also should be on the list. Okay? Where's your son? Where is he? Show us the son. I know we're gonna see one. Well, I certainly don't see a man. I'll tell you that much. Just anger and food. That's all she lives. Well, this isn't surprising. So all she does is eat and simp for Luigi and other murderers. Cool. Love that. Gross. Samantha says, thank you for the super chat. She clearly doesn't love her kid, or she wouldn't have committed a crime to wind up in jail, let alone killing people in front of her. That was a 12-year-old daughter that she murdered a man in front of, murdered the child's father in front of. Her own dad, she murdered in front of her. And yeah, I agree. You clearly do not love your child to do that. Dude, like, I have completely changed my life since even becoming a stepmom, dude. Like, once I became a stepmom, I cleaned up my act. I started working harder than ever. And it is just an absolute shame that these people not only don't even try to grow up, but somehow become even more degenerate after the fact. Like, so sad. Arceon, don't even agree with Tibrarian, but that was funny. It was a really great joke because it doesn't condone Luigi's actions while still condoning United Healthcare's actions. And that's what we're all here for, quite frankly. Light Darkness says, we listen and we don't judge. There's her son. It always takes me 2 seconds to find these horrible bitches' sons. These absolute witches to find their male children. 2 seconds every time, dude. Alicia Ford, my question is, what did these men do to get a reaction like this out of her? Oh, I can tell you actually. One of them came to spend time with his daughter. The other one existed hundreds of miles away. Hope that clears things up for you. Where's your kid, Alicia? There he is. 2 seconds in. There's her son. Christy 4 Reed. Doesn't sound crazy to me. Doubt we're going to see a kid because they have no profile picture, but still. How much is her bail? Says Cher. What did they do to make her reaction so severe? Just somebody's fine mom mothering. We have different definitions of fine. It's singing when a woman's fed up. Y'all, when I'm fed up, personally, when I'm fed up and tired, I go for a walk. Not a Grand Theft Auto homicide mission. Okay, not a 5-star GTA adventure. That's just me, though. A person who still gets to spend the rest of her life with her children. I guess that's a flex now. Well, damn. I wonder what they did. Hard to tell if that's the son so far. No, that's her. Run. Whoever this man is, flee. We love our children. No, you don't. We didn't see them come into this world. We felt them come into this world. Don't ever try a mama when it comes to her kids. There's the son. Found him. 4 seconds this time. This is literally insane. I'm becoming speechless. That woman is tired of them not helping her. Again, he showed up as soon as he was called. Immediately. Not the next day. Not a week later. Found the kid. Nah, because what did they do to her? The monster they created turned on them. There's the sun. This is... Guys, I did not plan for this. Could not have known that it was going to go down this way. I knew the comments were bad, but I hadn't even scrolled this far, and I hadn't even clicked on their profiles. I'm as in shock as you all are. I've been through it, but some women don't play. Can't go around playing with people's emotions. Healing? Healing, she says. There's her sons. There they are. What triggered her to do this? I bet you anything there's a valid reason or a few. I need to know what they did. She definitely has them cold eyes. So everyone with cold eyes is justified? Love for single moms. But not kids, apparently. Not children. Put context to your story. Why did she do it? What did these two people do to make her snap like that? Go do the research. You find out. I don't know if that's her son. It does look like her, though. Hold on. Is that from hers? Nah, it's probably someone else's son. Some people are just not to be played with. Just facts. Wow, a man saying this. An actual man. A man of God? Virgil, go back to church. What the hell? We listen and we don't judge. Why do they all look like that? Family court needs to do better. I agree. I don't know how you meant that. I'm gonna hope that I actually agree with the sentence. So I'm gonna leave you alone, Jennifer. Yours is the only one that I'm choosing not to get pissed about, actually. Gucci says, we don't know the whole story, but her poor kids, just sad. Yeah, and who did that to her kids? Who made her kids parentless, Gucci? Who was it? And what did they do to her? There's the kid. There's the son. Never takes long. They're all boy moms. It's all boy moms who are happy with their future sons getting absolutely Luigi'd. They're all fine with it. They're all ready for their sons to die. That's disgusting. I'm sure she was going through a tough time, says Zadie. There's her son. The only thing here is her son. What were they wearing? So she's trying to do some like, oh, well, it's okay because sometimes men cause crimes to women because of what they were wearing. So this is actually all fine. And she has a disabled son. Victor B. Oh, wait. I missed one from Samantha, too. Thank you so much, Samantha. Samantha says, how would these women feel if it was their sons being murdered? How many of them would be, what did they do still? I would be devastated if this happened to Oliver. Exactly. That's why I keep pointing it out. That's why I keep saying they have sons. They have sons who easily can be in this situation because 25% of fathers end up separated from the mother. Honestly, if you count divorces too, it probably even goes up, but 25 is just off the jump. They're already unmarried. Okay. But it gets even higher for children of parents who end up separating down the line. So we're talking about possibly up to like 40 to 50% of fathers could be in a predicament where they have a pissed off baby mama for whatever reason. You all are okay with a 50% chance of your sons getting murdered while they sleep or while they're simply just going to visit their child because, well, they probably did something wrong? Holy shit. Victor B says, I pity the boys in these profiles. Imagine being shot by your yandere stalker, surviving, and your mom says, what did you do to that poor woman? That's exactly what I'm thinking, Victor. Exactly what I'm thinking. What did they do to her babies? Simply, they certainly did not commit homicide in front of them, if you're wondering. Neither of them did that, actually. Where is he? How long do you think this one's gonna take? All right. We'll call this a win. We'll call it a win. If they don't have children, whew. Once again, what did they do to her kids? came to visit them. Is he gonna show up in here? Found them. Found the kids. Too easy. Needs to be a movie. Needs to be on 48 hours, I guess. Food is the only thing that will ever love you, ma'am. Taylor is not to be played with, says Tiffany McIntyre. A face not even a mother could love. Okay. Looking like literal leather handbag over here. Way to go, sister, says Lauren Nicole. I want to know what she went through, says Two Fishies. Eileen, are you back? So hold up. You guys are... I almost forgot that there was a subsection of the internet that actually fully supported Eileen Wuornos. Like, are they aware that even though Eileen's anger and hatred for men came from the fact that she was abused and mistreated by men, even though it came from that place, are they aware of the fact that, like, Eileen still murdered innocent people that had nothing to do with her situation? Like, just same thing, just, like, going off on a murder spree? Like, are they aware of this? Hello? We're supporting Eileen Wuornos? Good God. What were they wearing? Oh, that's funny, Shannon. You're funny. But what were they wearing? Did they say no? That's funny. Are you a man doing this? Oh. We listen and we don't judge. A man agreeing with this. I hope you also do not have sons. God damn it. There he is. God damn it. New York Post says it was over custody battles. Okay, let me try and find that one. New York Post, Taylor Santiago. I think you might have to pay for the New York Post. If so, I'll do it for you guys. Okay. Let's check this one out. Let's go away. This ad off my shit. Okay. Mom allegedly gunned down estranged husband, then drove across state lines to shoot another ex and his new girlfriend. Quote, she's a monster. A Missouri mom allegedly gunned down her estranged husband, then drove across state lines to shoot the father of one of her other kids, killing the new girlfriend he was with, according to cops. Taylor Santiago, 31, gave a dead-eyed stare in her mugshot after allegedly turning herself in last week for the shocking two-state murder spree, according to the Aurora and Marionville Police Department. The mom randomly decided on the killing spree while grabbing coffee at a local general store in Aurora, according to an affidavit obtained by the Kansas City Star, which said she was enraged by child custody battles with both dads. Sounds like she was losing. Also, can I point out that deadbeat dads who don't care about their kids don't fight custody battles? If they really weren't shit, if they really were deadbeats, do you think they would be showing up to court, paying thousands of dollars, retaining a lawyer, taking the time off of work? Do you really think so? No. And if they were pieces of shit, okay, then it should be pretty easy for her to win custody. She shouldn't be enraged by it. It should be a cakewalk for them, okay? If they really were such terrible people. off chance that maybe they are still bad people, maybe they are still bad people. Maybe they're wealthy, narcissistic men who don't actually treat the kids well or care about them, but are simply fighting for custody just to piss her off. Maybe. Maybe. Both of them, though? Each of them, both? Why did they leave her? Why did they pick other women over her? Why did that... She's the one who broke up with both of them, even though they're both... I don't know. I don't know. Even in that worst case scenario. Doesn't justify murdering a child's dad in front of her. Not even a little, dude. Not even the remotest bit, dog. Exit out of this. She then invited her estranged husband, Troy Huffman, to her home under the pretenses of seeing their 12-year-old... Oh, sorry, it is son. Sorry, it is son. I thought it was daughter. My bad. My bad. 12-year-old son, telling the boy when his dad arrived that he should cover his ears because she was going to take care of the bad guys. Then she left the bedroom with a .38 revolver tucked behind her back and put a bullet in Huffman. When the first shot didn't put him on the ground, she fired again, the affidavit said. Oh God, now we get to see him. She had to drag the body away from the door so she could get out and steal his car, leaving one of her kids behind with the body without confirming if it was the murdered dad's son. So she did leave this poor little boy alone with the corpse. Holy Jojo, good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm sick of hearing the but what were they wearing? Guess what? There are cases in the Middle East of fully covered women getting attacked and assaulted. You know what they're going to say to that, though, Jojo, is who's doing the assaulting? But who's doing the assaulting? Hey, in this case, who's doing the assaulting? A bitch. A woman. I don't want to call her a woman because I don't claim her. We do not claim her at all. She's just a monster and a menace. Santiago then drove 50 miles south to Eureka Springs in Arkansas to kill another ex, Nathan Green, the father of one of her other kids, and his new girlfriend, Sophia Williams, a mom of 5. Hold on. I'm about to start crying. I don't know how many women, I don't know how many children Taylor Santiago has total outside of her 12-year-old, but at least 6 children lost their parents because of this woman. And so far, in this comment section, we have seen nothing but praise for her. This is one of the worst things I have ever covered in my entire life. Fuck. Santiago's estranged husband, Troy Huffman, allegedly died at her hands when she shot him with a revolver. So I'm wondering if these are her other kids, you know, before the son turned 12. My question is, if she has multiple kids and she's such a great mom, where were the other kids during this? And was it only 2 baby daddies? Does she just not know where the 3rd or 4th one is? And that's the only reason there was only almost 3 murders? Dude. The pair had told family that day that they had been awarded custody of Green's daughter, and several children were at the house when the pair were shot. Okay. The pieces are now coming together. So Nathan finally won custody. And to give you an idea, it doesn't say full custody. He simply was awarded some custody. Of all litigated cases in the United States, when a father fights for any custody at all, he is usually awarded some custody 50% of the time. And of those situations, very rarely is the custody actually 50-50, mind you. This is typically still every other weekend with a weekday, quote unquote, visit. Okay? So she crashed out this hard simply over the fact that he is now going to be able to legally see his kids and decided, no, I disagree with the judge's ruling. He will not see anything anymore, actually. But she not only murdered her son's dad right in front of him and then left him to have a whole weekend at Bernie's with his dead dad, but also attempted to murder and only successfully murdered one parent in front of several other minor children. And all of the people we've already talked about applaud this. Williams died at the scene while Green was rushed to a nearby hospital in critical condition, the reports said. However, Santiago appears to have assumed she killed both, telling cops when she turned herself back in Aurora that she had killed 3 people, the affidavit says. So this is Nathan Green, who seems to have survived, and this is the mother of 5, who was completely taken from this earth for no reason. Damn. Santiago was charged with murder, robbery, unlawful use of a weapon, and endangering the welfare of children. If convicted, she could face the death penalty, which William's heartbroken sister, Callista Abernathy, says she deserves. She's a monster. I'm not even a fan of the death penalty, honestly. I have gone and debated and opposed the death penalty, but now I've changed my mind. Put her in a wood chipper. Put her right in a wood chipper. Not even ethical death penalty for this one. She took lives. She left children without parents. She doesn't deserve to breathe or to eat. She deserves none of that. I completely agree. She took a wonderful person from all of us, she continued. Sophia was an amazing mother, unlike Santiago. She was so good. My sister literally died from saving a child. Oh my God. So do you think this woman was, like I said this woman was willing to kill children. It sounds like this woman literally threw herself in front of the children to ensure that did not happen. Oh my God. Police Chief Wes Coatney said custody battles with both Santiago's estranged husband and her ex-boyfriend likely spurred the killings. While he wasn't sure why she returned to Missouri to give herself up, he told KYTV, "I'm glad she did. I wish she would have come to us before she did all of this, so we could have helped her." Wow. So that just gave us a lot more context. Man. I'm not going to go through each and every single one of them, but I will show you, like, how long this goes on for. What did they do to her? No, because what did they do? For some reason, I feel like we're missing important details, like motive. What did they do? What did they do to her? We listen and we don't judge. Oh, they were trying to take her kids from her. That's not That's not what that means. I am so sick of this narrative that when a father fights for custody, it's a tragedy because he's taking the kids away from the mom. It's always, oh my God, this is so hard on me. This is literally exactly what my husband's baby mama does. She has the audacity to go, it's just really hard to go every other weekend without seeing him. Mm-hmm. Now imagine going 70% of the year without seeing him. Like, you're so close. You're so close to actual genuine empathy, and yet you choose to only think of yourself. Who gifted memberships, by the way? Tony Saka, thank you. Thank you so much. Enjoy your memberships. You now have emotes, access to exclusive lives that others do not get to see, including the Dadvocate origin story that talks about my family court background and all that stuff. And then you're going to get some early accesses too. So cool. Oh, you want to look at the replies on that one? This one? They were ganging up on her. Wow. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Do you really think that if there's two fathers fighting two separate custody battles, they have the ability to go, hey, even though we live in completely separate counties and completely separate states, we are going to combine our court cases to work against her? They're ganging up on her? No, sorry, she just picks good men who actually care about being involved in their kids' lives. Would you look at that? You know what's funny, you dumb fucking bitches, is that you would be hating on these men if they didn't fight for custody. Wouldn't you? You would be saying, why aren't they fighting to see their kids? Why aren't they fighting harder? These men can't win. Thank you, Renaissance of Pan-Africanism, for pointing out now she won't see the kids either. When somebody dies, obviously something went wrong. Yeah, something went wrong inside of the brain of the homicidal maniac that caused a bunch of children to lose their parents. This is Jared Bridegan all over again, which if you aren't familiar with that case, it was a father in a heated custody battle with his ex-wife who was simply just trying to have split even 50-50 custody of their twins. And when he went to drop off the twins to her house with his own other child, with his new wife, in the car with them, after the twins were dropped off, the ex-wife paid a hitman to leave a tire in the middle of the road, so when Jared stopped his car with his baby, sorry, I shouldn't say baby because she was actually a toddler at this time, fully cognizant, remembers all of it, watching from the seat, when he got out of the car to move the tire, he was shot to death in front of his child, leaving his twins fatherless, and the mother now fighting for her life in court, but it will not succeed. It's Jared Bridegan all over again, except luckily I have not seen much support for his ex-wife, and I don't want to. What's her bail? Finally, Indie Alien comes in with far less likes than anyone else. The comments here are scary. If the roles were reversed, would anyone be asking what she did to deserve it? It doesn't seem odd to anyone that one dad clearly has custody. It doesn't bother anyone that she did this in front of the kids. No chance the woman was a monster. It's all the guy's fault, no matter what. To which the women reply, make sure your baby's mom doesn't have any beef with you. That's all you have to do. You just have to simply make sure that the children's mother is never angry with you, and then you don't have to worry about getting murdered in cold blood in front of the children. Let's shame Courtney now. Hi, Courtney. Welcome to the channel. We're not going to find a son because she's going to die alone. But hi, Courtney. You've officially been put on blast. Great commentary. Megan says, the roles are almost always reversed and we are so used to seeing the same comments that at this point it isn't scary. So you know what? Deal with the role actually being reversed for once. But it's not for once. As I've just pointed out, there are many of you insane broads out here murdering your children's active, fit-loving parents. You just want more of it because you're deranged. Welcome, Megan, to the channel. Yeah, being queer doesn't make you a good person. You know that, right? Indie Alien, trying to reason with these people for some reason, says, I don't disagree with you, but you also completely deflected from the question I asked. So again, if the roles were reversed, would you be asking what did she do to deserve it? Romani Royalty says, that's just it. They do ask. Every time this happens, comments of, she should have picked someone better, or that she deserves it for being stupid. We get unloved and no one blinks, just blames us. That's not... That happens, but no, you're being ridiculous. Courtney again, the roles have been reversed for hundreds of years, so let's just be so for real. Like, literally, none of them have even addressed the murdered in front of the children part. They're all just, like, glossing over it. They're just like, I'm gonna choose not to read that. Just gonna hum right over that one. I'm gonna just choose delusion, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna read Terror Darkness's comment here. Says, I've never seen a story of a dude killing his baby mama in front of his kids and a whole comment section of men supporting it. Me either. Never seen that. Please link me, Courtney. Please. Another marginally responsible one. It ain't worth going to jail. Will her willingly confessing save her any time? Why are we worried about that? Holmes, do you want to become her next victim? Why are you worried about that? Unless he's worried that it will. Maybe he's like, oh God, that's not going to help her, is it? I hope not. They put her through something she couldn't come back from. I want to put money on my new sister's book. Free my best Fran. I'm sure she had a good reason why. Thank you, Hateful Shadows, for actually being a good human. This comment section makes me physically ill. Yeah, dude, yeah. These comments are absolutely amazing. A very similar story came out about a man who killed his ex-wife and current wife, and the comments were completely different. Yeah, interesting, right? I support her. I don't even need the backstory. But did they put themselves in the situation? Okay, and couldn't care less. I'm on her side. Why? Definitely a reason. I think it's funny how shocked you are by this video. No one's shocked in this comment section at all. But it happens to women all the time. Good. This person says, her in these comments is why I choose the dog. Yep. If anybody ever asks me ever again, why don't guys want to date anymore? Why aren't men approaching women anymore? Why aren't men being chivalrous anymore? Why are men seeming to leave the dating market? I'm just going to link them to this video. And that should answer everything. Why are you shouting? Because this is horrible? Well, I mean, the way I FedEx myself to the comments, when a woman's fed up, I need all the info. I'm gonna need to chat with her about my ex. There's the sun. Never mind. Oh, God. I mean, there he is, but... Okay, so we're gonna need to find her ex and contact him so he gets full custody and this child gets taken away. Because, what? I'm sorry, if you agree with Taylor Santiago, you should lose your children. Full stop. Full stop. I love how a majority understand that this is deeper. No, just a majority of you are way too in your feelings, way too deep in your misinjury, and don't care to do your own research at all, actually. Free her. If only men knew what runs through our minds half the time. Y'all playing with our feelings and emotions as if we're made of iron and steel. Obviously, that was her breaking point. We hurt too. Do these women even realize that they're also justifying homicides committed by men? Are any of them even realizing what they're doing? Because by saying like, well, yeah, of course this is going to happen because you played with someone's feelings, that also drives the majority of homicides caused by men. You understand that, right? So by your logic, why are you mad that men are committing violent acts? Men have feelings too. Because the police and courts do not help you. My abuser took my kids and I ain't been able to talk to them in 6 years. I'm starting to understand why that happened, though. You're literally here in the comment section actively defending a woman who went on a murder spree and took almost half a football team's worth of kids' parents away from them. So maybe that pattern of behavior is why your kids were rightfully taken from you, quite frankly. Free Taylor Santiago. Better quit playing with people. What did they do to her? Well, were they the bad guys? Is there a GoFundMe? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's wrong. You know she was hurting. I'm in love. You know what, Fresh? If it happens to you, I don't even know what to say, dog. Because you're looking Satan right in the eyes and saying, let's make out. I can't save you, brother. I just hope you don't have any kids. Are we going to find them, though? Are we going to find them? Yep, there's the sun. Take the child away, okay? Take the child away from this man, too. Unbelievable. What did they do to her and the kids? Taking notes. Gringa tu madre. Sorry, I just know she has a son. It's just a matter of a few seconds. There he is. Told you I'd find him. Every time. God, why do you give sons to these crazy women? Why? Birth control should be mandatory. Forced birth control until you can prove that you're not a homicidal maniac, honestly, at this point. I don't know what this means. I don't know if she's on her side or not, but she says Google her name, the real story is there. I'm gonna say this, the only reason why a mother would do this is if somebody hurt their children. Nope. Literally, they will do it simply if they think that they will lose control of a situation. That's all it takes, okay? What did they do to her? Not enough. Just 2 exes? There's the bounce house, so I know she's got a kid. There they are. If this happened more often and at the right time, we wouldn't be in jail long and we'll have cleaned the earth a little more. What the fuck? There's her sons! I needed a minute. I needed a moment. And I guarantee you all this shit is like hippy dippy, woo woo. I'm peaceful, positivity, life and love, everybody. Life and love. I hope your kids go no contact so fucking fast, dude. As fast as possible. I hope they move out, start making boatloads of money, and give none of it to you, and you end up in the nastiest, smelliest, bedbug having ass house, dude. Oh my God. I need to know more. What did they do to her? What happened though? What did they do to her? Oh, what's this one gonna say? Look, my kid's dad was schmurdered by his neighbor, and this single mom stuff gets real hard. I've legitimately found myself mad at him, and he didn't even choose to leave this way. Did this bitch just say, my kid's dad was murdered, but I'm mad it wasn't me who did it, and I'm mad at him for being murdered? Now I've seen everything. Now I have really seen it all. Finally. It's only men being reasonable in this comment section, and I don't like to say stuff like that. I never say things like men are more reasonable than women or anything like that, but when it comes to this specific situation, it is literally only men being reasonable in the comment section, except for that one guy. Say Maid says it's sad the amount of people that think this is funny. 0 likes, though. Wow, that's determination. There is a reason she did it. You can only be pushed so far. What did they do? Finally, Sophia the one and only. This isn't funny and is an indictment of our entire society. This is a crash out from financial and other abuse coupled with a respite from too much responsibility. And, oh, never mind. She's not being reasonable. They're saying, well, this is what happens. What do you expect women to do? We need to free her. Sounds like maybe a man left this comment. Sounds like a custody battle went on and the men won, and it also sounds like she didn't want to pay no child support. If I'm wrong, someone explain to me what the deal is. We listen and we don't judge. Wait, what? Yes, it was states. Don't share info. She could have gone years before they figured it out. Oh, so she's mad at Taylor for turning herself in. She's basically reminding women, like, hey, it's really hard for states to work together, so you can get away with it. Just don't turn yourself in, girly pops. What did they do to deserve it? Sisterhood is proud of you. Free that woman. But what pushed her to that point? I need her side. This is sad for the kids. Wait, not because the mom ruined the lives of her own kids, but because women need more help. They're carrying the weight of the world. Hold up. My doctor is calling me. I gotta do the BRB screen for just a second. One sec. Never mind. We're good. They're just reminding me that I have to get my nose further checked up on in a couple days. No big deal. I just had to make sure I wasn't missing anything. But back to the degeneracy. But what were the men wearing? Was he the bad guy? My kids would probably get more in survival support than child support. Karma Brown, why are you literally so delusional and worried about money that you're like, well, I just hope my kids get some money. There's the sun. It's all about money to y'all. It's all about money to y'all. Sad and disgusting. We need to know why she did it. Anyone going to interview her? What did they do, though? Somehow I don't feel bad for these men. What did the dudes do, though? Wonder what they did. It's not a crazy story. She's fed up. What did they do? Free her. I admire her restraint. She did what she had to do. It's a wonder I haven't reached that point. It's like she's our Luigi. It's a story of redemption. living their best life while we struggle with their own children. I'm not going to agree, but I think the justice system needs to be restored. Don't play with people's feelings. Finally, someone says, all you girls in here claiming they drove don't need to be with anyone or have children. Agree. Wait, I need to contact her. What did they do to her? Love can make you lose your mind and blind your senses. What did they do? What did they do? People are done. It's getting bad. Post-separation abuse is real. Sadly, people don't recognize it and ignore the warning signs. Finally, a woman who actually cares about the kids. What about her kids now? More damaged. Yes, thank you somebody for recognizing. What did they do? They must not have been helping take care of the children. I mean, at least she's taking accountability. She meant business. Free her. I want to hear her side. If it has to do with SA, then let me get the books. Something to happen to her or her babies. You can see it in her eyes. She was done. Ugh, I love her. I think she had to take care of the bad guys. Laughing emoji. This comment section, Italian approval hands emoji and heart emoji. That poor woman must have been through some ish with those two. This guy says, my baby mama won't get me because if they pull up, I'm gripping. I know they hate me. And at this point, rightfully so, dude. At this point, good for him for already being ready and carrying, okay? Because clearly we have to out here. What did they do to her? Okay, but we need backstory. They really are the bad guys. Free her. She ain't do nothing wrong. She's innocent. She's innocent until proven guilty. She literally confessed. What's the backstory? What did they do? She was tired and probably needed out away from both. Finally, someone else points out solid facts. Y'all would be acting different if it said Brian Laundrie went to 2 states and did the same thing to his exes. Thank you! Thank you! She is literally the female Brian Laundrie, and you guys are sucking her off for it. Wake up! And I wish she would have done the Brian Laundrie to herself, though. I wish she would have. Please go full Brian Laundrie, Taylor. Please finish the job, quite frankly. I know there was ways to do it in jail, all right? Figure it out. You're clever. You're smart. The sisterhood is behind you, Taylor. I believe in you. You can do it. You're resilient. Start helping these moms. What did the men do? Finally, someone says, all I gotta say is the baby shouldn't have been there. Finally, but no one else cares. Is it really a crazy story? I don't think so. I completely understand. Seems like she had gotten away from them if she had to drive 2 different states. Yes. But what did they do to her? Because sometimes it's just that deep. Nail painting emoji. My hero. I know my baby daddy stay playing in my face. Something definitely happened that caused her to do this. We listen and we don't judge. She sure was not playing around. A mom don't lose custody of her kids. Okay, so another person kind of being more reasonable. God bless her and protect her and set her free so she can raise her children. Oh, you mean the children that she left alone with the dead body of the father that she murdered in front of them? You want her to go back to that? I'm on her side. But what did they do to her? Sounds about right. But what did the men do? But what did they do to her? That's horrible for the child, yes. I'm just saying, sis needs a great defense attorney. But what did they do to drive her to this? What was the last straw? I want to know what they did to her. Sounds like a woman who has been pushed too far. Her side definitely has a lot to say. Did they deserve it? Yes. What did they do to her? Do we have contact information for her? now we're getting into nothing but other languages and emojis. But we have officially gone through the... Sorry, there's something in my eyeball. We have officially gone through the entire comment section. And of... How many comments even is this? Let me see if it gives us an exact number. I feel like it's at anywhere between hundreds and thousands. Yeah, we went through 7,945 comments, and I think we maybe found 6 of them that were not outright praising her and offering to give her money. If that doesn't tell you that there are significant issues that men face in this society, I can't help you. If you do not listen to this story and recognize that there really is a man-hating problem, that potent misandry is literally getting both men and women killed, leaving children parentless and traumatized, and sons now being raised by women who hate them and would probably bail out any woman who caused them harm, then I can't help you. There's no waking you up. But the writing's on the wall. There is a very serious man-hating problem in the world and in this country. And it's something we all need to work on, get better at, and raise awareness for. Because you might not like men, but if you're getting to a point where any part of you is even remotely okay with what Taylor Santiago did, then you also hate children. You also hate innocent children and innocent women, as long as it means more men will be harmed. 7,900 comments of people supporting this woman. And that's just the people who commented. That's not even counting the hundreds and thousands of people who endorsed those comments of praise and support. I'm absolutely disgusted. I am horrified. But on behalf of our community, I'm happy to at least provide a safe space where a community of hundreds of other people are here to say, fuck Taylor Santiago, burn in hell, rot in jail, and go eat your death sentence. I hope you get the electric chair. If it's public and people are allowed to go watch you die, I want to go. I will be in the front row, eating my popcorn, and as you're getting strapped in and the metal plate is being put around your stupid, brainless skull, I'm gonna go, bye! Later, sis. That's where I want to be. Because you're sick, Taylor Santiago, and every single one of you menaces to society who offered up your praise in the comments thinking that this is all jokes, I hope you lose your kids. I sincerely do, at the very least. I hope you lose your kids. I hope you get put on a list somewhere. I hope any man in your life leaves you. I hope that you are left financially destitute. I hope that you get painful pimples inside of your ass that you cannot pop or get rid of. I hope you get the biggest, fattest kidney stones. I hope you get tonsillitis and bronchitis and mono at the same time. So bad that it irrevocably shuts you up forever. I hope that your fingers get smashed and run over by a semi so that you can't type anymore. I hope all of those things, sincerely. And I don't care how dark it is. I really don't. Why? Because I'm just being intellectually consistent with what you have provided for me. I am just being intellectually consistent with what you have provided. Because according to you, if you make someone else emotional, they have a right to wish death on you, right? That's what you guys said in the comments. So what I'm doing right now, you should all be perfectly content with. Sisterhood. Right? Right? That's what you guys say? Sisterhood. That's what I hope. That's my dream for all of you guys. Someone said, hold on, I gotta change out my battery. One of you said, remind me not to mess with Lauren. I mean, it's very easy. I'm a very loving person, dude. I'm so easy. Like, I really am. I get along with people so easily. And I'm very, like, instantly affectionate. It takes nothing for me to, like, genuinely like a person or defend a person and, like, boost a person up. Like, the average person, you simply meet me and you go, hi, nice to meet you. And I'm like, great, I'm a fan for life. We are besties. Amazing. It really does take a lot to get me to this point. But once you're there, yeah, you don't want to be there. That's for sure. Let me find some of these super chats I missed. I'm going to scroll back just a little bit to see if there's anything else that I missed. But I did see that one. Okay. I see it. Oh, now I've got two, but I'm gonna read this one first from Prince Alorian. So good to see you. Says, this sounds more disturbing than an episode of Twilight Zone. The Outer Limits and Dark Mirror all merged into one. This is depraved. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had to share this story because it wasn't just the malicious, disgusting, and inhumane actions of this one individual against numerous men, women, and children. It's the support and praise and fan club that followed just by proxy of two of the many victims, like 20% of the victims being baby daddies. Ignoring the fact that the other 80% of people irreparably harmed and traumatized and dead from this weren't even one of her baby daddies, had nothing to do with it. That was the part that was almost worse to me, because it makes me sick that the majority of these women are raising sons. They're raising sons in an environment where they're also advocating for harm against their sons. How terrifying is that? How absolutely terrifying is that, knowing that we are already in a fatherlessness epidemic in our country, where there are so many children who do not have a primary father role actively in their homes or having equal shared custody as they should, and instead are being raised by mothers like this? And we wonder why our country is fucked? I'm not that curious anymore, dude. I'm not that out of the loop anymore. I'm starting to understand. SVR says, hope you understand me as MGTOW a little bit more. You know what, SVR? I truly, at the start of the day, I was still 100% anti-MGTOW. If you don't know what MGTOW is, it stands for Men Going Their Own Way. And it's essentially men it's 4B for men, basically. They're like, I will not be dating women. I will not be marrying women. I will not be having children with women. I will tentatively interact with women on a per need basis, but by no means will I be choosing to integrate women into my life. There's no part of MGTOW that is explicitly, I will mistreat women, I will harm women. There's nothing quite like that. They're just, I will be avoiding women. And until today, I was like, oh, come on, guys. No, that's not the way. We need each other. But I get it now. I get it. I'm not going to judge any of you who are like, oh, no, I'm done. No, that's okay. It's me and my dog. Me, my dog, my PS5, and Chipotle. We're good. We're fine. I get it now. I truly understand. I will not be judging you anymore. Glenn says, not the ass pimples. The ass pimples. I hope you get pimples on the inside of your mouth, you nasty women. Whew. Damn. Well, that one was a rough one. What wholesome stuff do I have? I know Samantha sent us some stuff. I also have a really satisfying cheater getting caught story I can read to you guys, but hold on. I have a section of my notes called Stuff Sam Sends Me. I gotta make sure one of these at least is actually wholesome. Oh, that one's interesting. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend because of a caught cheating break? Plus, I think my boyfriend is overreacting for breaking up with me over my caught cheating prank. That one looks interesting. Aw, that one that Sam sent me, it doesn't exist anymore. These are crazy. Dang it. Where's all my wholesome stuff? Oh, here we go. I've got wholesome stuff from Linus. Linus, are you in the chat right now? Linus, if you can hear me, say hello. All right, let me see. I know I did one of these. Okay, let me find a couple wholesome stuff. Oh, Sorson Croxon. I think this is your first ever super chat. I don't remember seeing your name. Yeah, because your super chat says, finally seeing a live. Yeah, you're new here. Welcome aboard. Oh man, what a live to be a first live for. It's usually a lot more fun and lighthearted around here, but y'all got to see me go like full-blown, actually mad Dadvocate here. Wanted to say yesterday I made my wife the dino nuggets a la mozzarella, and seeing the joy on her face makes me feel blessed. Okay, thank you for providing the wholesome content we needed to take a breath of fresh air here. We really needed that. Okay. All right, here's a wholesome one. You guys know that I am a stepmom, and I know that I have some other step parents in the chat. Now, I also know that I have plenty of biological parents who share custody with their ex and who are having maybe a difficult time with whoever the new step parent figure is in your life. There are a lot of overstep parents, as I call them, who come in and they just unilaterally decide that they're going to single-handedly replace the mom or the dad in the child's life and that they're the better parent. And that's pretty icky and annoying, but for as many of those as there are, I like to think that there are even more just genuinely good step parents who, you know, never planned on falling in love with a parent and taking on this role, but now that they're there, they're just trying to do their best by everyone involved. You know what I mean? And this is one of these situations with a guy who, you know, might deserve it, right? I just want to hear this because it's kind of wholesome. Now, I also want to preface this by saying a lot of you are 100% black and white, no gray area on, is there ever an appropriate time for a stepchild, or for a stepchild to call their step-parent mom or dad? Some of you are just, no, it's a no from me. I would not allow my child to do it. I will tell you, My stepson calls me mom. I never asked him to. Never even remotely suggested that it would make me happy. In my situation, it happened the first day of our honeymoon, the day right after the wedding, when my stepson burst into our honeymoon suite, which luckily we were dressed, burst right in and goes, "Finally, I can call you mom." And I said, "Not if you don't want to see me in a body bag." I did my diligence. I was there to shut it down because I explicitly told his mother, "I am not trying to replace you." I told her that, so don't you be doing this. But he sold me on it. He wanted to do it. It was sincerely what he wanted. Was his mom uncomfortable with it? Yes. But did she also later give him a hard time for not calling her husband dad? Also, yes. So there was a bit of hypocrisy at play. Look, at the end of the day, this kid has been calling me mom for like 10 years now on his own volition, with me telling him numerous times, if you ever want to stop and go back to calling me Miss Lauren, you can. He never has. So look, if it's something the kids choose, if it's something the kids themselves want, that's when I'm okay with it. But I understand that a lot of people are not okay with it, okay? Jonas, what I learned today is that money gives women joy. I hope it helps. You just learned that? You just now learned that? I'm kidding. I know that you're kidding too. Anyway, so for this wholesome story, this reads, let me make it a little bit bigger for y'all. This is a post that says, "My stepson called me dad in front of his friends. I have been with my wife for 4 years. She has a 12-year-old son from a previous relationship. He has never hated me, but it's clear he misses his dad. He's mainly just called me by my name. I don't necessarily like it, but I would never force him to call me dad. Today, he wanted to go with his friends to an amusement park, and he asked me to come with them, which already made me happy, so of course I said yes. But when his friends got in the car, there was one of them who I've never met before, and he introduced me as his dad. I started smiling when he said that, and I think he noticed because he looked right at me and rolled his eyes while laughing. Right now, they're trying to win a big prize at the park, and I'm still smiling. I know this isn't something huge or anything, but this is genuinely one of the happiest days I've had in a while." Wholesome break. We love to see it, man. That one's cute. I don't know what happened to the dad. I don't know if he stepped out on his own and just didn't want to be involved anymore, or if something worse happened to him. But it's a good thing for the stepdad and the kid to be able to have that, I think. Very sweet. All right. So allegedly this one is also wholesome. From Linus. Did Linus show up in the chat, by the way? Did I miss him? Is he here? Someone tell Linus that we are watching his videos. All right. Allegedly this is also wholesome. It says, "Old school bodybuilder versus Gen Z gym girl."
Can you stop being so loud? I'm trying to make a TikTok. Anyway, today is our favourite glute day, and you can do them in Uggs. I don't care what anyone has. We're going to be doing RDLs, literally just like this.
No, I can't watch this, darling. Sorry, you're doing it completely wrong. Let me help you out a second.
I've got a boyfriend, actually.
I was just trying to help you out. I ain't interested in you, girl. You're not my type, all right? But you know what? You crack on, all right?
I haven't seen you since you was a baby.
This bloody generation. I'd rather sit on TikTok than get involved in lifting some heavy weights. Hey, have a look at this, Vic. Oh, hey.
That's the end of the workout. Thank you so much for the growth so far. It's been literally insane, and I can't wait to see you next time.
So what's that? You got a few followers on the old Insta tag then, is it?
It's actually TikTok.
Yeah, that rings a bell. See, my grandson, he started me an account. He's just been posting all my old gym videos and that from when I used to compete back in the day with Ronnie Cole and Jay Cutler. You heard of them?
I guess.
I mean, they're my mates, yeah. Anyway, how many followers does this say I've got?
600,000?
600,000? That's not bad, is it? How many you got?
1.5
million?
thousand.
Oh, that's not bad. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, I've only got a few 100,000 more than you, but it's alright.
How have you got more than me? I mean, I'm better and prettier and...
What did I do?
I wish this wasn't a skit. I actually wish this was not a skit. I was wondering where this was going, but also, like, please take the old men's advice when it comes to deadlifting. If an older man, like an older gym rat, really ever comes up to you at the gym and tells you you're deadlifting wrong, he's right. Please trust him. There are so many ways to absolutely up your back deadlifting. Please listen to them, men. Please listen. Arceon, thank you for another 5. Says, just got back from Aldi, chomping on a beef stick. I came back to wholesome Dadvocate. Also, please react to Hannah Cox sometime. Okay, I will. Guys, help me pick out a Hannah Cox episode for the next live stream, because you guys have been begging me to react to Hannah Cox forever. Every day that I go live, you guys are like, Hannah Cox, please give us Hannah Cox. So, okay, here we are. Hannah Cox. Help me pick out which video we're going to react to, okay? Here are our choices, and whichever one you pick, I'm going to save it and put it on the itinerary for one of our lives next week, okay? So our choices are conservative trad grifters get exposed. That one looks good. The birth rate decline is not a problem. Okay, I'm probably going to agree with her on that one. I'm not too worried about that either. Conservatives refuse to hold men accountable. Probably. Psychoanalyzing the OF star who slept with 100 men in a day. I got to admit, I'm a little tired of this one, but I'll do it if it's what you guys vote on. I'm a little tired of the Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue thing. I don't care. Is that fair? Like, I don't care. They're already off. They're already off and doing it. They're making a lot of men happy. I don't care. Pop off, sis. Like, it doesn't bother me at this point. I'm not impressed. I'm not disgusted. If they want to do that, go off. But I'll do it if you guys want me to. Men are justifying this. Oh, interesting. Red pill men are justifying her murder. That might be the male version of this case. Whatever this one is. She might be uncovering the male Taylor Santiago, quite frankly. I love Librarian. I don't care is a perfectly valid take. Okay, yeah. Okay, that was actually really funny. Darren Cook says, more like Bonnie blew out her back. That was funny. That's a good one. Why nice guys are the biggest red flags? That one might be good. Man goes viral for being the worst husband ever right after wife gives birth. That one might be interesting. Tons of content from her histrionics playlist, says Arceon. Is that where we should be looking? Let me know if any of these stand out to you, though. I think I might be interested in... I'm interested in conservative trad grifters. I would watch that one. She doesn't get a whole lot of views, does she? She's kind of a smaller creator, isn't she? It's interesting that, like, so many of you guys know about her, but she's really not even... I don't even know how she's doing YouTube consistently. She can't be making any money off of this. Like, this has got to just be a hobby, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine if she's creating good content as a hobby. Well, this one popped off. This one did really well. But a lot of these, she doesn't get a lot of views at all. That's really interesting. That one guy said, this live is like a chaotic murder mystery makeup. Did you just compare me to Bailey Sarian? Oh my god. This might be one of the best days of my life. Yeah, 50k subscribers is pretty good, though, I will say. I might be interested in the when nice guys are red flags thing. I might be interested in her popular red pill murder. What are you guys saying? I'm trying to see if you're... Let's see. If anybody's voted on anything yet. Angry Lauren is too angry for wholesome. I'm calming down, even though Levi isn't here. Damn, Levi really needed to be here during this stream, that's for sure. If you guys are new here, Levi is a frequent member of the audience who regularly tells me to calm down. And sometimes people get mad at him because they don't get the Latsy. I really do need to finally make a calm down emote just for him. Why women are done raising man children. That one might be interesting. Is that one under histrionics? Let's see.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah Cox with Base Politics.
Andrew Tate sips meltdown. Women being weird with men. All right, you guys look over these, and if you feel very strongly about one, email me the link to one of these at lauren@dadvocate.net. Otherwise, I will pick one out. Okay, you're also demanding a pet. I can do that at this time. That will be a wholesome break here. Let me go get Animal. I will be right back. Also, can we just take a moment for this cutie pie outfit that I put on today? I love it. Okay, I'll be right back. I just skipped her off real quick. Nar. Aw, Aaron, I'll take custody of you. I will take custody of you. Well, I don't know if I have anything necessarily wholesome for us to kind of wrap up the stream with at this point. But I do definitely have stuff to react to. Actually, yeah, I have 2 wholesome things to end the stream on before I start plotting for the next one. And guys, please, lauren@dadvocate.net. I really do read my emails. Like, that is the best way to contact me. Send me anything you want me to react to. It might take me a while, but I mean, obviously Samantha will tell you, Linus will tell you. They sent me these things like months ago, and I'm just now reacting to it. It's never too late, okay? Victoria Felix, you have an email for me? There are a couple I haven't quite read yet. I will say that, okay? Can we hear the cheating story? Yeah, we'll do that first before we do the wholesome one. Okay. So this one comes from one of my favorite subreddits called Adultery Hate. I didn't even know it existed, but I found out about it because I guess my Chelsea Tiny Meat videos have been getting shared there a lot. And so that's how I found out about it. And I truly have found my people with this subreddit because if there was anybody who hates cheaters possibly even more than me, it's this subreddit. So this one reads, to give you an idea of what the subreddit does, by the way, is r/adulteryhate. They take posts from other subreddits that do endorse cheating. Those being either r/otherwomen, r/adultery, or another one that I just found out about called r/cake eaters. And if you don't know what a cake eater is, it's in the name. They're essentially people who do consider themselves happily married. There's nothing wrong with their marriage. They're actually very happy in their marriage. They're just selfish and greedy and think to themselves that if they don't get caught, nobody gets hurt. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. A lot of people say, well, typically affairs are caused by some kind of dissolution in the marriage, a breakdown of one or more things, a disconnection. But a lot of times, it's literally just because someone has an opportunity with someone they're attracted to and doesn't think they'll be caught, right? And one of those people is who we're going to be looking at today. This reads, Cake Eater destroyed his wife. AP stands for affair partner, grieving loss of her own marriage. Says wife pointed to the fact that her position had to be so fierce and unforgiving at this point because she's worked too hard to survive. This is probably one of the most evil adulterers I've ever read. Okay. Oh, Well, that's not going to be a good view for you guys, so I'll just leave it like this. This says, let me see if I can actually get it perfectly scrolled down for you. Never mind. There we go. The long version of how I was ultimately caught and lost everything. I've been adding to this draft daily, and I just want to get it out of my face. First of all, I do want to acknowledge replies and DMs that have helped me more than I can articulate. Thank you for being kind when most of the world might say I don't deserve it. Me, I'm one of those people. I've just been experiencing some form of weird paralysis, unable to formulate replies while my head is still spinning. In the days that followed, wife coming into my work, I was, and still am really, a wreck. I would uncontrollably jitter with the most sickening anxiety while I bounced thoughts around in my head like a ping pong ball of how to bring this up with my husband, if at all, wondering if it was a coincidence that she death stared me like that, trying to figure out why I'd been blocked, rationalizing whether or not I should find a way to contact him. So we're reading from a cake eater, a female cake eater who is married to her husband, but apparently cheating with another wife's husband. And it sounds like the wife has come into her work. Let me read a little bit more of this to see if it provides any necessary context before we read this. His actions and lies have caused immeasurable grief, and she's been medicated, even hospitalized and suicidal throughout the years as a result. He was and is an abuser. Every bit of talent and charm presented to me was nothing more than a performance to get his end wet and fuel the games he plays with his own wife's soul. This is probably one of the more evil adulterers I've ever read. After his last cheating incident, his wife went into a mental health breakdown, and he cheated again, completely annihilating what's left of her. And this affair partner is mourning her loss after her husband divorced her ass before she even confessed. She said she was okay with cheating if it was a don't ask, don't tell situation, but not in her own marriage. She was just plain cheating. Lying, betraying, cheating. She deserves all this pain and the ones that will follow in the weeks to come. Okay. 2 days after the confrontation, not long before close, she walked in. By this point, I just wanted to turn to jelly and bawl my eyes out. All I could squeeze out was, hello. Thankfully, she had a lot to say because I couldn't even use my mouth for the first 5 minutes. I just went into shock. She was actually really nice, painfully eloquent, painfully attractive. I felt myself shrinking the longer I listened to her and stared at her. She found out where I worked by simply waiting outside the hotel the day she had the argument with her ex-affair partner, meaning her own husband, but she's referring to her husband as her ex-affair partner. Oh my god, thank you for the super chat. Says, thanks again for your work. Not married / thoroughly dating yet, but I still love your man and woman friendly content. Thank you. I actually hear that a lot, which I really appreciate. What really makes me happy is when I hear from like younger audience members who are like just entering adulthood and find my content really helpful for navigating their relationships with the opposite sex or just relationships in general. Because I'm like, man, a lot of the stuff I talk about is stuff I definitely wish I would have known about a lot earlier, that's for sure. So the hot ass wife comes in to confront the side piece. We love to see it. Let's see how it goes. She didn't tell him she'd installed one of those spyware apps on his phone, and while she said it was clean, the location was enough to confirm. My car was parked at her friend's place of business. She came in that day to confirm I was the one leaving the hotel, then confronted him. As it turns out, she was very unemotional, just deflated. He is a serial cheater and compulsive liar, according to her, who has failed several attempts at reconciliation and will not stop cheating. I told her about the don't ask, don't tell arrangement he had mentioned, and she said that it's more like if she asks, he'll never tell. Yeah, if you're not aware, there are some open marriages that follow don't ask, don't tell polyamory, where you're essentially allowed to go sleep with other people as long as you never let your partner find out about it. I find those to be the most suspicious of open marriages, but I will certainly tell you, like, if that's the case, you need to have some kind of, like, indication of that to, like, prove to the other person that it's true. Otherwise, like, there's no reason to believe they're not just cheating. She has no issues with him sleeping with whoever he wants. He just can't be married to her. That's hilarious. I mean, that's the policy I have with my husband. I've literally told him the same thing. I said, look, if you ever want to, like, go leave and sleep with someone else, you absolutely can. I will be divorcing you, though. Like, you have the choice. I'm not telling you you can't. I'm just saying you can't have both that and me as a wife. That's all. Just make your choice. It's simple. Wait, do something about your audio? My audio is low. Is anybody else having this issue? Because I feel like I've been doing audio tests and I don't hear anybody else really complaining about the audio. It sounds like maybe I'm a lot quieter than the commercials. But I don't know what to do about that because I'm looking at my sound, and if I turn it up anymore, I feel like it's just going to be painful. Oh my god, thank you for the super chat saying I missed another one. Let me scroll. Oh, ZOMG's fine if reacting to the emails I send. No need to out my real name on stream, please. Promise no shade, just trying to keep a low profile is all. Okay, I always try to ask people. Okay, yeah, I don't hear anybody else having audio issues. Your issue might just have to be with YouTube. Tell them to make their commercials, like, a lot quieter. Anyway. She goes on to say, I felt 2 inches tall and rather pathetic because there was genuinely nothing I could say to justify my part in the sexual relations. She didn't want to know anything, just a simple agreement that has actually shattered me. 1. If required, as he's denying my existence, I will admit to the affair because she wants a divorce. 2. Either I tell my husband or she does because she refuses to play a part in hurting another person the way her husband has hurt her for years. Beautiful. Beautiful. I will say, I don't know if I've ever told this story on live before, but this really does remind me of a situation that I was in the past where I was cheated on. And I knew who the girl was that my partner was cheating with. And I reached out to her and I mailed her and I was like, hey, I know you're fucking my man. I know you are, but I don't have proof. I won't share this with anybody. I won't out you. I won't put you on blast. But can you please give me the proof that I need so that I can leave this relationship? You know what she did? She blocked me. And I was like, fuck you. So then I did put her on blast. I messaged her mom. I messaged her aunts. I did go a little bit psycho. I'm not going to lie. It was a younger Lauren, but I truly, like, all I needed was support from another woman to help me make my relationship decision and to get out of a bad relationship the way I felt that I deserved. And she wouldn't give it to me. So I got the proof on my own and I sent it to everybody, every person on her friends list. I was like, hey, did you know that this is your friend here is a fucking side piece? I was pressed. So, dude, yes, that's a perfectly fair agreement. But also, I love the tell your husband or I do. This wife stands on business, dude. And I agree, VX, that was enough proof, because if she had nothing to do with my man, she would have said that, right? But no, we chose the dark side. I like present day Lauren better. To be fair, present day Lauren isn't getting cheated on, so I'm a lot happier as a person. Pretty certain my whole world is about to implode completely. I mean, yeah, she's not going to not tell your husband, you dumb bitch. I know it will be far worse coming from an outside party. I've held off, kind of waiting for shit to kick off with me. Tonight is the night because I don't want to drag this out any longer. I see posts often asking if it's worth it. Like affairs in general, participating in the affair. Right now, let me tell you, no amount of sex was worth this. I was on top of the world. What he doesn't know won't hurt him, right? I've been completely spiritually undressed by a woman who I'm sure has her faults, but could easily posture herself as 10 times the woman I am based on loyalty alone. If it was her mission to make me feel less than in every way possible, it worked. Spoiler alert, lady, it was your own actions and the truth coming out about them that make you feel like a piece of shit. The truth should not hurt you. Another woman telling you exactly what you did shouldn't hurt you unless you, having nothing to do with her, are already a piece of shit. You understand that, right? Like, even now, while her world is crumbling around her, she's still trying to blame this man's wife for something. She's just scrambling to do so. Right here, right now, I've shrunken to the unworthiest version of myself I could ever imagine possible. She also said she pities me, that she has no desire for revenge, as karma is often cruel enough. My regrets? I wish I at least had the backbone to posture myself as an honest woman and tell her when my gut told me to. I may have still been labeled a cheater, but at least I could appear to have some integrity. I felt like a cornered rat at work. The worst part of this is what I'm about to do to my husband. I know this will fuck him up. And affair partner's kids. His fucking kids. Oh, now you care about the kids. Oh, now you care about them. Okay. You knew he had kids this whole time, lady. You knew he had a wife this whole time, lady. The only advice I can offer adulterers adamant that they have needs that must be met is don't ever believe in the open relationship narrative unless you know the partner. Update. After saving this in my drafts, I told my husband. He is disgusted that I would go as far as meeting strangers in hotels for dick. Tells me no wonder he doesn't feel naturally attracted to someone this rotten to their core. I cried and pleaded for understanding and apologized profusely for betraying him. Eventually, I said, I'm so sorry for your pain, and he snapped at that. He admitted that affair partner's wife already reached out with her concerns before she even confronted me the second time. Damn, that's hilarious. Like, he already knew, but she was like, I'm gonna tell her that she has to tell you, and we'll both just wait and see if she actually does it. They're both just sitting around like, dude, you know what's crazy is a lot of times when two people who have been cheated on like connect, oftentimes they end up connecting in a deeply spiritual and emotional way over their shared pain, and they end up riding off into the sunset together. And considering this woman has already pretty much admitted that her affair partner's wife is hotter than her, congrats on hooking up your husband with a new hotter wife. Good job. You really did that. You hooked him up with his own upgrade. I love that for him. He was waiting to see how long I would keep lying to him. Now he sees me as a liar and nothing more. Quote, the lowest form of human that will sit in the lowest level of hell is a liar. End quote. He then announced that he's already filed for divorce. I don't even care at this point if I've given too much away. Shattered. I don't even know what to think at this point. I don't want to settle into depression just yet because I have a feeling that this isn't over and only the tip of the iceberg for me. Nothing I can do for now but sit in the mess I've made. My OPSEC was airtight. Oh, brother, let me tell you another thing that goes on in these subreddits now that I've, like, been so involved in them and, like, deep diving in. Their OPSEC is essentially their plan for optics, like how they intend to get away with it. And they give each other clues for how to hide a second phone or how to hide a hidden communication app and how to keep your spouse from finding out. And again, this is a bitch who got completely outed in the most embarrassing way, and she thought her OPSEC was airtight. It's 2025, moronic cheaters. There's always 3 things that come out: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The walls have eyes and ears these days. There's no such thing as an OPSEC, you stupid slut. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the only just the tip she'll be getting for a while, huh, SVR? Nothing was going to save me from a man being tracked and watched so closely by his betrayed spouse. Again, she's still so desperately trying to blame the wife. And all these nasty, dirty, grimy, pathetic, insecure side pieces always do this. They're always like, ugh, his wife is so paranoid. His wife is way too suspicious. Is she, or is she right? Are they overly controlling, or do they know what's going on? Stop gaslighting yourself into thinking that these betrayed spouses are wrong for feeling like and treating their spouses like they are cheating on them, when you are labeling them your affair partner. I hate when people think in this way of, yeah, I'm doing something wrong, but they're not supposed to know about it, so how dare they treat me like I'm doing something wrong? It's insane. And yeah, she probably is part of the Chelsea community, quite frankly. But probably not, otherwise she would be posting there instead of here where it's publicly available for us to roast and drag. She continues, I guess karma woke up that day and decided it was my time. Anxiety is gone. I feel dead inside. I'm sitting here in a motel room once again, but completely alone, numb, staring at a social media post and old photos of my life spanning 15 years and feeling like none of it was real. Did I really just burn so much to the ground for sex? I really effing did. I keep having intrusive flashbacks of heated and passionate sex contrasted up against family barbecues and milestones, and I'm cringing to death. Nothing more can be said. Just take this post as a warning shot and reflect on it if you're to scratch in your own... reflect on if you're up to scratch in your own matters. And when you're convinced you're all good, be careful to check for people sitting in car parks. So again, like her ultimate takeaway from this isn't even don't cheat, it's look out for other things that could get you caught. So stupid, so dumb. Also, now just wondering what the fuck Don't Ask, Don't Tell even is. Let's happily commit to a life of knowing we're lying to each other. I should have seen that red flag a mile away. Yeah. Wife pointed out the fact that her position had to be so fierce and unforgiving at this point because she's worked too hard to survive. Yeah, this woman had the words ready. See, let me just take a minute too. This is what fed up and tired should look like. This is a woman who has been cheated on and cheated on and cheated on and has the proof. that this has all happened. And you know how she handled it? No guns, no stolen vehicles, no involving children. She simply articulated her words, and with her words was able to absolutely destroy and break this woman's life apart in ways that a revolver never could. Take notes, sisterhood. This is what you actually do. This is what actual divine, powerful goddess energy looks like. You can destroy your enemies with your brain. A gun is a bitch baby's move. Okay? Be smart. His actions and lies have caused immeasurable grief, and she's been medicated, even hospitalized and suicidal through these years as a result. He was and is an abuser. Every bit of talent and charm presented to me was nothing more than a performance to get his end wet and fuel the games he plays with his own wife's soul. According to her, their relationship was deeply passionate and fulfilling. As we've spoken more, she's opened up more about her experience, and the sex and love she's described is far more than I ever received from him in a way that would make most women feel lucky. But he would leave clues and trigger her, and they'd have these huge fights in what became an almost weekly pattern. I've gathered that it was surely more about the fighting with her than it ever was about the casual sex with me or anyone else. Really? Really? You're still clinging on to... But I think the real problems were because they were fighting. You stupid slut. Why were they fighting? What were they fighting about? Tell me. Because of the casual sex with you and all the other side pieces. Are you serious? Are you so serious? Wow. Oh my God. I feel like vomiting, feeling that some form of evil has been inside me. Yep, it's called yourself and his dick. To the point it effortlessly ripped my world apart. All I had to do was consent to sleeping with a person I truly didn't know at all. Wow, what's so crazy is it sounds like this wasn't even one of those, like, accidental workplace romances that slowly builds and develops over time. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh no, I thought we could just be friends, but now I'm building a crush. Like, it sounds like she literally just, like, met this dude off of Tinder or something. Like, this is so pathetic. All I want to do is lay in my husband's arms and cry. Tell him all of this, share my deep regret, answer his questions, but he has none. He doesn't want to look at me, much less speak to me. I've had to go through his sister-in-law because my former extended family won't even look at me. No, leave his sister-in-law alone. Stop it. Bad. No, like, stop. Stop trying to go through every channel you can to convince your husband that he's wrong for leaving you. He's not. He is correct, and I hope he rides off into the sunset with your affair partner's infinitely hotter wife. Leave that man and his family alone. Again, you stupid slut. I returned to my home to get it's not your home anymore. Say goodbye to that title. I returned to his home to get belongings, and it's empty. She stands there awkwardly watching on because apparently I can't be in my own home alone. Oh, okay, so it sounds like maybe she has to go through the sister-in-law because she's the only one who has agreed to supervise her visits to the home to get her shit and go. I would volunteer to do that. If any of you are in the Midwest and you ever have to go through a situation like this, I will happily play supervisor while your stupid, slutty, cheating ex shows up and gets her stuff, and I will make sure she only takes what you have on a list, or I will aggressively escort her out. I got you. I will happily take on that job. That sounds great. Oh my God. To add salt to the wound, sister-in-law said he told his family his instinct was to forgive me. He expected me to come and tell him everything, but when I didn't, immediately, he knew that was it for him. Wow. So, if she would have ever actually confessed at any point, he would have forgiven her. Couldn't be me, but wow, she blew it. Damn. Hold on, I didn't miss a super chat, did I? Okay, I thought I might have seen something. I might have missed like a cheer or something. Maybe I didn't. Okay. She goes on. He'd never be able to trust me again when he saw me happily being normal with that cloud over my head. Sorry this is so long, but this is the short version, believe me. From what I can tell, wife hasn't told my boss yet, but I think as weak as it feels, my only option is to resign and move back to my parents to start fresh. You know what I would love? I would love if the parents were like, you can't stay here. You need to live in the consequences a bit more harshly. Wouldn't that be great? What would you do if you were a parent and your child has been cheating on their spouse for years, has an opportunity to come clean, doesn't take it, they divorce your child, and now they're like, my feelings are hurt. Can I move back in? Do you do it? I gotta think on this one, because I don't know. I've always said if I ever found out that either of my kids was cheating on a significant other, I would do the exact same thing the wife did, and I would give them the opportunity to either tell them themselves or I would, with a timeline. That is exactly what I would do to my kids, and they both know this. Well, okay, my daughter, we haven't had that conversation yet. She's 7, but my son is 16. I have told him this. I've said, if you ever cheat on someone and I find out about it, either I will tell them or you will, but they will find out. So if you're going to cheat, that's 2 women you have to hide it from, quite frankly. Okay, my kid knows the drill. All right, but would I let them move back in? Probably. But like under very specific temporary circumstances. Like I would let them know you are getting exactly 3 months. You are paying me rent, and if you are not gone by 3 months, you're getting evicted. I think that's what I would do as a parent, okay? There's nothing here for me anymore. And I don't think there's a hope in hell for reconciliation if I'm being real with myself. I'm hesitant to divulge how badly I'm hurting because I know it's my fault. The more time that passes, the more stupid going after sex feels. I feel weak, dirty, pathetic. I want to deliver a speech about how much I love my husband, but I question how sincere that is. How can I profess my love now only because I was exposed and lost it all? Exactly. I would not want to hear it at that point. Like, at that point, I really wouldn't want to hear it because it's like, I would just feel like the second option. I would feel like the runner-up. It's like, are you saying this because you really love me and feel bad? Or are you saying this because you lost your other buddy and you still want some dick at least? You know what I mean? Like, that would not go well for me. If you already didn't love him enough to confess to begin with, you didn't love him enough. Period. Exactly, VX. Now you love your husband. Isn't that convenient? She goes on. But truly, I do. I miss his jokes. I miss his intellect. I miss how he would wake me up each morning with a kiss and try to squeeze in as much cuddle time as possible before rushing out the door. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't complaining. My cuddles were enough. I miss how he'd remember me Or I miss how he'd remind me I was due for my period. Bro was tracking your cycle for you even? How he knew I'd always forget to take a towel to the bathroom and the door would crack open and I'd see his hand pop one through the door and close again. I keep thinking of all those mundane comforts and asking myself why that wasn't enough. Why doesn't our body crave that safety and feel quenched by it? Why does it tell us we need it inside us to be desired in stolen moments and superficial compliments to function? Speak for yourself, bitch. That's just you. Actually, that is just you. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that every single one of us craves compliments and approval and general, like, yeah, I think every single one of us craves like a general approval from outside of our marriage. I think that every single one of us wants to be generally accepted and even loved outside of our marriage, you know? And I think that's totally normal. But I have literally had one dick, one, in the last 10 years. And it's fine. It's great. There's literally no part of me that even is curious, because it's like it's a great dick, and it's like I am already aware of all the like micro things my husband offers me and macro things my husband offers me, and every like minimum and maximum comfort that he provides, to where I'm not running out and having to live this duplicitous life where this anxiety monkey is always hanging on my back, wondering when the next time I'm going to be caught is. I don't have to worry about that. At any moment, I can hand my phone to my husband and say, look it all over. At any moment. Do you know how comforting that is? Do you know how peaceful it is to not be a cheater? It's a great feeling, dude. And I know that she knows what both things are like, because no one's a cheater for their whole life. She knows what it was like, the comfort and anxiety-free, sleepful, restful nights she was having prior to starting an affair. She knows what that's like. I know she could tell the difference at any point in time. I know she was feeling anxiety. I know she's been feeling the fear of like, what if I get caught, prior to any of this happening? And she could have chose to be like, I gotta stop doing this. Claps for TJ, boys. Dude, truly ridiculous. Yeah, so speak for yourself, dude. Like, plenty of us, a massive deal of us, do not need any more dicks. Jesus Christ. She says, I used to be faithful. Congrats. Congrats. Do you think that's like a flex at all? Like, at all? In any way, shape, or form? Like, it's not. That's the bare minimum of agreeing to a monogamous marriage, where you know for a fact that you would be livid out of your mind, snot bubbles forming, falling down the wall, throwing up into your own hands if you found out that he was cheating on you. It's the bare fucking minimum. It's what you agreed to. So I don't want to hear this, well, I used to be faithful. Yeah, and then when you stopped, you should have left your husband. Not continued having an affair on him, leaving him exposed to STIs and potential bastard children. Sorry, someone got mad at me last time I said that an affair baby was a bastard child. They said that was kind of mean. But let's be real. These serial cheaters are not going to take care of an affair baby. They're going to beg you to get an abortion and then flee if you do have the baby. Let's not play around here. Wait, JM, it says, I used to pay my bills. Come on, feds. Come on, landlord. Why are you evicting me? I used to pay. Excellent comparison. That's so funny. Our sex life was incredible when it existed. No affair partner ever came close to playing my body like a fiddle the way he used to. I guess taking that away from your spouse really fucks up. I couldn't handle feeling so unwanted and so undesirable. So I guess she's insinuating here that she had to have an affair because he stopped sleeping with her either enough or at all. But I'm really wondering, like, what came first here, because he seems to imply that he stopped sleeping with her when he felt like something was off, which, smart man. If I thought that TJ was sleeping with someone else, I would not be sleeping with him because I value my pH balance, okay? I would not sleep with someone that I even suspected of cheating on me. Smart man. Now, if he did withdraw intimacy prior to the affair, that's when you use your big girl words to talk about it. What changed? Why did you used to have the best sex of your life and now you're not? Maybe there's some inner resentment going on, some other issues that maybe your husband is going through that you don't care about, that you could have worked together on to avoid all of this. But it sounds like being a cheating slut isn't the only way that you're a bad wife. Sounds like that. That one guy, thank you for the 2, says she probably thought it would appease the male gaze. Yeah, she certainly was appeasing the male gaze and glaze, my friend. She was getting coated in male glaze and gaze, okay? Damn. I don't understand what the has happened to me. I don't know how to ever feel better about this. We love cheaters getting exactly what they deserve. I snack on it. I eat it up. I gobble it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's like the Bagel Bites theme song, but instead of like, how does the Bagel Bites song go? It's like pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. But it's like getting caught in the morning, getting caught in the evening, getting caught at supper time. When cheaters get caught and divorced, Dadvocate's happy every time. Let's go! Truly, I really, really, really hope that her ex and his ex are so happy and loyal together, and I hope that he is giving her that playing that body like a fiddle treatment, and that he is handing her towels, but he probably doesn't have to, because she is probably a competent enough person to remember her own towels when she's going to take a shower. I'm sure he doesn't miss taking care of your incompetent ass at all. He's probably going to save so much money wondering where all the dollars were disappearing to while you were paying for cheap hotels with some random dude who doesn't even love you. We love it. We truly, so good. Delicioso. But I used to be faithful. Hilarious. All right, on that note, that's where we're going to wrap up the stream for today. I will be going through all of these, so all of the lives are going to be available probably through the end of the weekend. But after that, they're going down. You're not going to be able to watch the full live anymore. Saying it now, though, is probably not very helpful, because if you're here, you've already watched the full live. But if you want to watch it again, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to be chopping these down into condensed, consolidated versions. So if you're just like tuning in now, perhaps, and you're like, oh man, I missed stuff, but you don't want to watch the full live, well, now you know. Once again, if there's anything you really want me to cover, please email me at lauren@dadvocate.net. I don't know exactly which days I'm going to go again next week. I believe Tuesday's off because I have a doctor's appointment. When is that? Let's take a look. Yeah, Tuesday is not going to be one of the days. But Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all potentially good days for lives. So definitely comment down below if there's one of those days that's going to work better for you. But I generally go live at 11 a.m. EST. That's very consistent for me. That's the time that you can rely on. Hey, maybe I'll have another 4 live day next week. Who knows? Oh my god, I didn't even know Miles was here until he made that sound. Oh my god. The only reason I'm not going live tomorrow is because my daughter has a half day. That's the only reason. We wouldn't have really been able to spend any time together. Their half days are like from 8 to 10:45. It's like, why even go to school at that point? But she loves it. She loves school so much. So any last words? Any final thoughts? Go meditate, Lauren. Yeah, I will say the cheater the cheater comeuppance did bring me a lot of peace. That was very needed after this. That one guy, thank you for another 2, says her theme song is probably 1 margarita. Isn't that the one that's like 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita, or whatever, and like she just keeps drinking margaritas? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Because that would definitely apply. Gotta discuss the Epstein logs next week. Isn't that old news though, or did new stuff come out? Is there like new Epstein log stuff? Can somebody answer that for me real quick? I'm kind of curious. I've been wondering. I knew the Epstein saga was not quite over, and we've been like getting teased with these alleged lists and alleged names that will come out forever now, but I kind of lost hope that we ever really would, because it's the most powerful people in the world on those lists. So they're probably working 24/7 to get that shit buried. You need to make more content from the story and content section. Do you mean the murder mom story? I don't know if I can make more from that. Or do you mean the cheating story in the comment section? I will say I don't know where that original post is, so I don't know what kind of like pathetic, oh, you poor baby, you deserve to grieve even though you did something that hurt other people from the cheaters. But in the adultery hate, everyone's just dragging that stupid lady. We love making fun of stupid cheaters. Wait, oh, they're supposed to be releasing the lists today or tomorrow. Oh, snap. Okay, well then I won't be able to cover that until Monday, because you know, I got my kids tomorrow and all weekend, and it's not something I'm gonna cover around them. Not quite kid friendly. Okay, but man, maybe we will cover it. We'll find out what comes out. Trump said he wanted the Epstein files to come out. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I hope it really happens. I really hope it does. I can't believe it hasn't already. The fact that we've like come this far, crazy. I heard there was some apparent weirdness with the Michelle Trachtenberg death. Yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg recently passed away, and it's like, it's really, talk about a sobering experience. I mentioned this on some of my social medias, but earlier this week, I unfortunately had to attend a funeral of a way too young friend whose child was way too young to see her buried. Very heartbreaking, and she passed from her addiction to alcohol. And it's my understanding that right before Michelle Trachtenberg's death, she had a liver transplant because of her issues with alcohol, and I believe she either continued to drink afterward, which led to the failures, or her body just rejected the liver, which led to her passing. But either way, it's so sad that these deaths could have been prevented by either sobriety or learning how to be a responsible drinker, you know, like learning how to have a limit, stick to your limit, your alcohol budget, so to say. You know, a lot of you know that last year I wanted to do a year-long sobriety challenge, which I succeeded at. I spent all of 2024 completely sober, which was great. I've now been drinking again, but we're talking 2 drinks at a time, a couple glasses of wine. The other night when I went out with TJ, I got a cocktail, and the cocktails there were like so cool. And I love a specialty cocktail, like a unique cocktail. I love a unique cocktail. And I was like, oh, I want to get like at least 2. But after like 1 drink, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm 4'11", $115. I have no business going like shot for shot with anybody, dog. But yeah, and it's resulted in some conversations with my kids, you know, because my daughter saw me crying about my friend. I couldn't help it. I was writing the funeral date on the calendar, and she said, "What are you writing?" And I just burst into tears. And we were laying down in bed, and I was putting her to sleep, and she was like, "Mommy, how did she die?" And I talked to her about it, and I talked to her about how some people, they just can't stop drinking. I said, you know, most adults, they drink alcohol to get a little bit of a buzz, to relax. It can allow you to relax a little bit, or, you know, get you laughing a little bit more. And most people, they only need to have 1 or 2 drinks to feel that nice, relaxing little buzz that's safe for adults. But some people, they get addicted to alcohol, and they just can't stop drinking until they poison themselves. And I also warned her, it runs in our family. We are Slavic. So you might want to just avoid it, honestly. You might want to just avoid it. Yeah, I'm only 4'11". True. It's weird remembering Lauren is the size of my great-grandma. And I will probably shrink by the time I get to grandma age. My grandma did. Oh, Stanette. Ah, we miss her. Okay. I think that's about it. Did I miss anything? Did I miss any super chats? No, I did not. Okay. On that note, it is time for me to get going. This has been a rough but necessary live, in my opinion. Do I have any shorts coming out for you? I don't have anything recorded. I think I got everything I recorded out for the week. So now you guys are going to have to start tagging me in even more shorts so that I can react to more of them and start recording more short form stuff for you guys, okay? Because I try to come out with that stuff as often as I can too. One last super chat from VX. Thank you. Says, stay safe, people. So many young people are hurt by alcohol. Wishing everyone the best. Yes, what a good way to end. Be responsible, never drive drunk, and don't stick your dick in crazy. On that note, I will see you guys next week.